Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access granted.
Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our folks. I trust everybody had a very good Christmas, Christmas and party and everything. I had a very good Christmas dinner. Had a pretty good show, pretty much the whole night. Towards the end of my night, I did have Richard come out and he played a happy song, and I wound up getting a strike, a music infringement strike from Hang Google. So that kind of sucked. But yeah, hopefully I'm not going to get too many more of those. That's kind of a little bit depression. I hope that's not my Christmas present from Richard. But other than that, everything else is going pretty well. I hope and trust you guys are doing pretty good. But yeah, Seth, I was up. I couldn't sleep very good early this morning, so Seth told me to get up and maybe open up a show later on, and I open up a show and getting everything already, and here we are. We're already up and going. Seth is going to come by at his 10 o'clock, which is right now, so he ought to be swinging in.
Yo, yeah, Kev, what's up? I'm here. Look how cordial I am. You know, showing up right on time.
You're 3 minutes late.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I am late.
3 minutes.
To my defense, I was masturbating right before I got on. So,
okay.
There's a strike for me.
Yeah, did you say that you got a strike last night from last night's show?
Richard played some Billy Joel music that goes to the end of my show, and for a minute and something seconds, and later on, when I tried to post my new show, it's saying. Then I looked at my what do you call it? Okay, let's cough it away from the microphone. And I looked at my email, and it's saying that my YouTube is doing a strike against me because I played illegal copyright.
You should try and fight it, and I'll tell you why. I mean, first off, congrats to Richard, because you must have played that song so good that it was recognized as the original. So hats off to Richard. But second off, you could probably fight it because it was a customized song. You know, it wasn't the original.
No, Seth. Here's the situation. Ed, who's in the room here, he was a Vietnam veteran. He was talking about fireworks and how he still gets jumpy from hearing them sometimes, right? So I said, "Did you ever hear that Billy Joel song with the Huey aircraft and stuff?" And he said, "No." So I said, "Let me see if I can find it." So I started playing it over the mic, and I played about a minute of it, and then I stopped playing it, and so I said, I better not play this. Maybe we get a copyright thing.
So what you're saying is you weren't playing it on your guitar; you were playing the original song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I take back all my all my congrats to you, Richard. Yeah, just take back everything I said.
Hey, if I could play piano like Billy Joel, I'd be in
I thought
Madison
you were jamming
Square
out, Richard, and YouTube recognized it as the original. I'm like, damn, Richard. Richard plays a solid guitar.
He's not that good.
Yeah, in that case, Kev, you're probably not gonna win. You're done. Yeah, you got a strike.
Billy's gonna fuck you.
Well, one thing you can do, here's something that's interesting. Let me tell you guys something that happened to me before, because I'm familiar with the whole copyright stuff. So I did a video. It was a karaoke video a long time ago of Lynn karaokeing a Celine Dion song. And what ended up happening is it got flagged, you know, for her singing it. But it said that if we want that, we can split the revenue with my girl Celine, you know, because obviously we're close buds. So yeah, it gave us that option to split the revenue 50-50 with the original artist. So I wonder if you could do something like that, or I wonder if it's just select artists who allow that. I don't know.
Hey man, I'm having a show right now. Seth asked me earlier if I want to put a show on, so I'm on.
You guys like how Kev just doesn't pay attention to anything I say, but he's like on the phone at the same time. So what's going on, Ed? I don't know if you and I have ever spoken. I've seen you on the show before.
No,
like I've seen you.
We haven't
Okay.
spoken. I follow all your stuff. I always followed your stuff.
Oh, awesome, man. Whereabouts are you located? Are you in the Philippines or are you in America?
Yeah, I'm up in Escalante,
Whereabouts is that?
up in Negros.
Negros. Okay, so how far would that be from like Dumaguete?
Dumaguete South. I'm way north.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Is it like provincial? Well, is it a city?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
It's province. It's province. It's about an hour and a half boat ride over to Cebu, and then another 2-hour ride into Cebu City.
Cool. And how long have you been out there for?
Just about a year now. February will be a year.
Awesome. Everything working out okay?
Oh yeah, I love it here.
Do you have a nice lady friend, wife, girlfriend?
Yeah, she's a nice lady friend. Yeah, we get married in May probably. I've known her for a few years.
Awesome, man.
I'm retired from the Air Force. I have spent over almost 8 years over here in the Philippines itself. So.
Oh, so you were stationed? Were you stationed at Clark?
At Clark, yeah, at Clark.
Awesome. So I'm currently residing in Angeles City. So you're well aware of this location.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that city has changed so much. Oh Jesus! Just looking at it on the vlogs. Oh my goodness.
It's funny. I love talking to guys like you who were like based here. What years were you based here? Like in the 80s?
I first got there in '74.
Oh wow.
74 to 77, and then from 85 to 90.
Awesome. Yeah, I always enjoy talking to guys like yourself, Ed, because you guys got all the stories. You guys got.
I was there when the volcano came. I was there when the volcano blew up.
Were you here when
when Pehr 2 went up? I was there
basically. Yeah, because that was 91.
Yeah,
right?
I was there when it went up. Yeah, well, I retired in 90, and went to work in Saudi Arabia for a year until 91, and that's when I came back. I was back maybe a month when Pehr 2 went up.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty crazy back then. It's like, the whole place was covered in ash, and I heard it took a while to actually clean everything up.
It did. It took a long while to clean everything up there. Well, what really happened that night, the same time Pehr 2 was coming up, that night a typhoon went through. And that's what made
it was like
just
like natural disasters left and right. It was just like a shit show.
Yeah. Yeah, the volcano didn't do too much damage because the ash was nothing. But when that typhoon came through, that water cemented that ash.
Wow. Okay, so it was like the combination of the two natural disasters, which really just destroyed everything. Crazy.
It also was alkaline.
I'll be down that way on the 25th. I'm coming down because
January 25th.
Yeah, because my ex-wife, I'm going to go down and visit her family for a couple days, just to get out of here for a couple days.
Cool. Send me a note. We'll connect. Maybe if the timing's right, maybe we can meet up.
Yeah, we can do that. Have a good San Miguel.
I love my San Miguels, my ice cold San Miguels. Even if they're warm, I still drink it.
Me too.
I'm a degenerate like that.
That's how I am. I'll tell you, when I went to the States, I went to the States, 90, 91, 92, when I got back to the States. I quit drinking. I haven't drank at all until I come back over here and start drinking the San Miguel beer again.
You kind of have to. Something about the tropical weather and beer. It's like they go together, right?
They do.
So I
They
understand.
do.
It's like even if you don't drink, you come out here and you're like, yeah, you kind of have to. But believe it or not, I meet quite a few people, surprisingly, here in Angeles City, who don't drink. I know like 3 friends of mine who don't drink, and they have their different reasons. Like one guy, his dad was an alcoholic. Another guy, he was an alcoholic. So everyone has their different reasons, but I'm always sort of impressed actually when someone can live here, especially a place like Angeles City, and
Yeah.
not drink. Now
Really?
I don't have that many vices, but drinking is one that I can't kick, especially living here.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the only vice I have is I really can't quit smoking. If I could quit smoking, it'd be all right.
That's one that I'm very glad I quit a long time ago. I quit smoking cigarettes when I was probably 20 years old, right? Now I'm 32 now. So I quit about 12 years ago. And to be honest, I have no interest in smoking cigarettes. Like for me, it's kind of like a filthy habit. I don't like them. But all my friends smoke cigarettes. So if you smoke around me, I don't care. But I'm very glad that I don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, that's great. That's why I can't give that up. I like to smoke. Drinking was no problem. I gave up drinking. It was no problem at all. I said I don't want to drink, so I didn't drink for years and years and years. And even now, the most I drink is maybe 4 beers. Like 4 beers a day.
You're good. You're like a moderate drinker, you know?
Yeah.
What's funny is recently, this is actually a good thing. Recently, I've been so busy with work stuff that I haven't had the time to drink. When I first got here, of course, I'm going on a rampage, and it's I probably did have an alcohol problem. But now I'm like you. I'm a pretty moderate drinker. During the week, I don't drink anything. I literally don't drink during the week because I keep a pretty strict schedule. And then on the weekends, I do drink. I what is called binge drink, which is not good, but it's better than drinking every day probably.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just drink. Well, I'm lucky. Like today, I think I drink 2 beers all day. That's what
you're good. I mean, that's good for you. That's good for your heart. You'll probably live longer because you a couple beers a day, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I can live longer. Got diabetes. The diabetes
you're
is killing
cigarettes
me.
are catching up with me. What about you, Richard? You're a smoker, aren't you? You got the smoker's voice, Richard. Richard, you there?
Probably lighting a cigarette.
He's probably lighting 5 cigarettes as we speak. Okay, I'll ask you, Kev. What's your scenario? You're not a smoker, are you, Kev?
No. I did like drinking, but sex was my vice that I had.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. You're more of you indulge in hookers. That's what I was about to say. Okay, you said it for me.
No, and I never, not hookers, just regular girls, but, it's just.
Regular girls, hookers, what's the difference, man?
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you, no matter what, you go out with a girl, no matter, you're paying for it no matter what. A hooker or a good girl, you're still paying for it.
Yep.
Exactly. Ed's got the right idea. Absolutely. So Kev, so that was your big thing. You just couldn't stop having sex and you couldn't stop having babies. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, because the Bible, it says go out and multiply. So I took it okay, so.
In that case, probably did me well not to have read that thing. Just kidding, guys. So what's going on, Kev? Yeah, that was a good show yesterday. That was a fun show, man.
Well, we had quite a few last week, all Christmas week. We had some pretty decent shows. I'm gonna have some more this week. We're gonna have our New Year's Eve, New Year's, and then my New Year's Eve and New Year's. I'm gonna have 4 shows. Because
let me ask.
Yeah.
What happened yesterday? Like you had this show, and it was a great show. It was like 3 hours. I don't know where you were, Ed. Were you doing family stuff yesterday, Ed?
No, I was listening. I was here for a while,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
was
It was a good show.
listening.
It was a good show, man. So we were doing the show and it was about 3 hours. And you know, Kev gets all fussy and he's like, "Oh, I'm going for 3 hours. I want to make it 2 shows because I want to multiply my my AdSense." That's what Kev's thinking. So he, after about 3 hours, he like cuts it and it totally kills the vibe. And at that point, I think everyone kind of lost interest. Is that what happened, Kev? So then you went on again and you had like 3 more shows, but one was like 9 minutes long. One was
Yeah,
like
that
30
that
minutes
was
long. What
that,
what happened?
well, the 9 minute one. That's when Roberto and Peter was talking.
Yeah, man, you ended it right when it was getting good. I actually listened to it. I didn't catch it live, but I listened to it right after the fact, and it ended right at the worst moment. Like it should have gone through.
If they went through, we would have got on strike, I think.
I would have
Probably.
get. Yeah, and I
You're
don't want
probably
to.
right.
All kindness to Roberto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Those
think we're pretty good at kicked off the year if we get to
classes, those anger management classes, they don't see if you can get a refund because they don't really work as good as maybe you thought they were going to work. But
Well, it's really fun. It's really funny with Roberto because I know and really like Roberto. He's a great guy, but for some reason, PDV brings out the worst in him. He's super nice to everybody. Like he's like a gentle giant. And then as soon as PD comes on, something turns in Roberto's brain, and it's that you see it like in front of you see it happening, and it's quite entertaining actually.
it is if you're the like spectator, but when you're the bull ring master, you're kind of like biting you like you have your
Yeah. Kev,
and you go.
Kev, it's so awkward. That's why I could see you kind of like cringing. Like I could imagine your space that you're in, and it's so awkward, and the tension is so thick that I could tell you're just like biting your lip, like shit.
The other day, Allo and Will Wonk, they were talking, and Will Wonk said the N word a couple of times, and I had to jump in there and say, "Hey, I have guests that are of color, and we don't use that word." And he said, "Oh, I'm just playing. I mean, they know that. Yeah, but see, they might know it, but the audience and YouTube might not know it, and because YouTube, you know." So I had to take it, and then last night I openly apologized to whoever got their feelings hurt from Roberto. But
For what? Oh, for Roberto? What did Roberto say?
because
I don't
Roberto,
think anybody got their feelings hurt. It was just he was going too far.
you got to read the comments that people left behind,
Yeah.
and Roberto said the N word a couple of times.
Oh, I thought you said
Okay,
someone
okay.
else. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay, got it.
So, it's all,
Hey, Jerry, how you doing, buddy?
but then that's also so I'm just trying to fix up, and then Richard gave me the strike last night. I wanted a present from you guys. I didn't mind like
Merry Christmas.
I didn't mind
I
like
hate
center, but Richard gave me
I
a
hate-
piece of coal.
I hate to break the news to you, Kev, but actually Richard and I are in cahoots. We had talked about different ways to sabotage your show because we're going to start our own show. And we don't want, we don't want this competition. I don't think you can compete with Richard and I, but just to make sure, we actually strategize. We planned that. So, sucks for you.
He probably believes in that too.
Hey, when Kevin went off last night, he didn't. He left it open. He went off, but myself, Richard, and
Yeah.
Sentai 7 was left on.
Oh yeah, that happens. That's really funny. When I was watching your show, Kev, the other day, and it happened with
Boss.
I can't recall the guy's name, but he's like the Aussie guy. That you're Aussie buddy.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Jay?
Well, he was on the show, anyways. I can't recall his name, but if I see him in the chat, I'll know the name.
Oh,
And
Alan?
yeah, Alan. So it was really funny because it was just you and Alan, and you dropped off. And I know how it works when you drop off. The other guest this just stays on basically. I think it probably is about like a full 10 minutes before it closes the show, right? And it was really funny because you dropped off, Kev, and he was like, oh shit. You could tell like he realized that it was just him, and the reaction was great. It was priceless. And yeah, I mean, he did well. He pulled it well. He's like, okay. He's like, you know. But in that situation, yeah, you just gotta you gotta entertain the guests, right? You gotta entertain. The show must go on. Okay,
No, but
I'm sure
see,
Richard has been in that scenario plenty of times.
A number of times, yes, yeah. And if the YouTube disconnects, and then it's usually like Ran and Ed and me together in the room, and Kevin's
Oh,
going.
and it's not even live. And it's not even live.
Continue on for another hour.
Well, that's what happened yesterday. We were all talking. The internet went out, but
but we were still here.
That's the worst. That's the worst. Let me tell you why. Because that's happened to me, and there's been like such prime moments of show history that have happened offline. That's the worst. And then no one gets to hear it, which is quite unfortunate.
so it's all dead air. But
Exactly. So are you guys happy that the holidays are done?
Oh yeah.
well, yeah, but New Year's is still
So
coming.
that New Year's.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I should rephrase my question. Are you happy that Christmas is done?
Oh, so many parties. Yes.
Are
Absolutely.
you going to go out for New Year's?
You talking to me, Kev?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have any plans, to be honest, and I like it that way. I don't want any plans, but I'll probably go out. Yeah, I'll probably get in some trouble.
Okay, on New Year's Eve, your New Year's Eve, I'm going to have a show, and I'm talking to Joseph, and he's going to stay home with his son, and think he's probably going to go home. So it looks like him and his son. So I'm talking to him. He was going to come with us and come and go on my show right now, but he got a subscriber that he's talking to right now. So that's not going to happen. But we're talking about having a show, maybe on your New Year's Eve, and then I'll have another one on your New Year's Day, and then my New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day. So 4 shows. Like
On New Year's
Okay.
Eve, my New Year's Eve, my computer goes in the room with me. The doors are shut, and I'll be underneath the bed on the computer.
What are you? Is New Year's Eve? I mean, are you watching porn on that day? Is that like a special day?
No, it's just that I'm still addicted to firecrackers. I get to jump. They still make me jump. I'll be in my room.
Because the whole because you were in the war. You were in Vietnam.
I still stay,
Hey, Richard,
I stay room.
that's called
That's a trip.
Yeah, and that's why I played the Billy Joel song. It's like a dedication to the Vietnam veterans. Yeah, it's a great song. Yeah.
Let me ask you, Ed. Let me ask you, because I'm really interested in the whole Vietnam, like documentaries and movies.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most accurate Vietnam movie that you've seen?
Most accurate?
Yep.
I could say Platoon.
Platoon. Okay, Platoon's one of my favorites. I would say Platoon. I thought you were gonna say Platoon or Apocalypse Now, one of the two. But yeah, you know what? Platoon's my
Do you
favorite.
believe I was in Apocalypse Now?
No way,
I had a stand-in part in Apocalypse Now. I was in one of the helicopters.
dude. That's awesome. Can
And that
you
one-
actually like if we were watching it, you could actually point yourself out?
No. No.
Okay, so it was like a far away view.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew what helicopter I was in, but I couldn't point myself out. It probably just a shadow as it was going by.
Was
But,
Man,
Brando in that
Pla-
movie? Marlon
I
Brando?
was
Yeah,
Marlon
Marlon.
Brando, yeah.
Yeah, he's what's it? Colonel Kurtz or Kutz?
Yeah,
I forget the
Something
name.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, but I agree, though. I think Platoon, I say I agree. I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is I really like Platoon, and I would assume, like, it seems like it's really authentic.
That was more authentic. Yeah, that was a good one. And
yeah, Apocalypse Now, that's right, was filmed in Bel Air, the famous surf scene with who Gypsy? Who's in the surf scene? That's right, Robert Duvall, motherfucker. Sorry.
That is.
Another strike. Thanks, buddy.
Kev, you know when I come on the show, man, I can't contain myself. I just get so excited.
Well,
the Boys and Company scene, that was filmed. If you take the back road to Manila, not the highway, if you take the back road, so I forget the name of the little town, but you pass it at the soccer game. You pass that stadium every time you go to Manila. That scene there, and I don't know if you've seen Boys and Company C though, but that was filmed all around the Manila area. And part of it was.
No, I don't think I've seen that one. That's what's the movie called?
Boys from Company C.
And it's like a Vietnam movie?
Yeah, it's a Vietnam movie, yeah.
Oh, I'll go check it out. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
But they have one scene, it's a soccer scene where they're playing soccer. And that scene was filmed right outside of Manila, in the back road, if you took the back road out. Well, it used to be the back road. I don't know if it's still there or not, but probably it is.
Let me ask you, Ed, do you have any pictures or video or anything of Angeles City from back when you were stationed here? Because I really enjoy seeing like old school pics and videos.
My other computer in the States.
Oh man!
Okay, when I came over here this time, I didn't bring my computer.
Oh really?
Because when I came over last February, when I came over here, I was just going to come for 60 days, well, the 30 days, the 29 days, and then go home. But I didn't go home. I just stayed.
Oh, that's funny. So you didn't even plan on moving. You didn't even plan to move here.
I didn't plan on staying, but I got here.
That's hilarious. You got here, you're like, oh, it's great. I'm not going back.
Well, I'll tell you, when I decided 2 days before I was supposed to leave, I told my guards, I'm not going back. I'm staying. I just called and canceled my airplane ticket. That was it.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Yeah, you ex-military guys, you guys are the perfect candidates to be here, seriously, because you guys have like there's all sorts of like pensions, retirement pensions, disability pensions.
Well, I'm old. I have Social Security.
Yeah, Social Security.
I get a military pension.
You are the prime guy to be here.
Yeah, like I don't have to worry about. I know the check's going to be in the bank every month. Put it that way.
Exactly. Yeah, I actually have a lot of my buddies are either ex-military guys.
Yeah.
A lot of them, especially in Angeles City.
Oh yeah, what's down there? A lot of them retired down there.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go on mute for 1 second. I just gotta send a message real quick. So keep it going. But I'm here. I'm just muting my microphone.
Roger, what's going on down there in Davao?
Yep. 10 o'clock, 10:30.
10:30, 10:29, 10:30, 10:29.
Yeah.
It must be a minute faster in Escalante, a minute slower.
Yeah, I think it is 1 minute slower.
Yeah, in Escalante. Just now turned 10:30.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pretty day today. I went down the beach for a while today. It was a really pretty day today.
Wait, it's a gloomy day right now.
Is it?
Looks like it might snow.
Yeah.
Ice is frozen on the porch.
You don't need that.
A bunch of cardinals perched on the trees. We got bird houses up on by the.
Do you still get a lot of birds in the winter? You still hanging around?
Oh yeah, we got those giant turkey vultures hanging around.
They don't have enough sense to go further south, huh?
We got deer getting killed every day by car.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
they're almost like out of control. I mean, even
Yeah,
in
the deer stay around. Yeah.
they're just out of control. They got like 4 or 5, 4 or 5 deers. I mean, all over the place.
Yeah, back home there was one stretch of Interstate 81 where every time you drove up at night, you had to keep your eyes on the side. You had to, instead of looking straight ahead, you had to look at the side of the road because there was always a bunch of deer.
Yeah,
They
because
always,
they'll dart out. They don't like stop and look both ways. They just
yeah, well, and they want to be close to the road where the heat is. Like they're always close to that road because there's more heat on the concrete than it is back there in the jungle, in the woods. You really have to watch them.
Because one day we seen like 4 or 5 of them just like laying on the pavement.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice and warm for them. It's warm on that pavement. You really have to watch at night, especially at night.
Yeah,
But you can see their eyes. Their eyes glow, so you know they're there.
Oh yeah, but they look like they're evil.
Yeah, they do.
Look at it, and the ones like with the horny antlers, they all look up looking at you.
Yeah. You gotta really watch it sometimes at night.
I seen it. I seen that a couple of times with wolves. Like when we were on a snow machine when I was in Alaska, I seen the eyes in the tree line.
Oh, I'd be scared of hell seeing a roll. Whoa. I'd be going the other way.
I mean, that's just freaky when you see the eyes looking at you. But again, you're on a snow machine, and we just avoid them, go around.
Did you have the rifle with you all the time?
No. They're pretty skittish. They've been around for so long. Like in our areas, they know what snow machines and guns sounds like.
Yeah. I thought everybody in Alaska, when they went outside in the winter, they had rifles with them.
Well, it depends on where you're at. I mean, like Fairbanks in northern Alaska, yeah. But in the city-wise...
No, you're all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys recommend that I visit Alaska sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When were you in Alaska, Ed? You sound like you're pretty well-traveled.
I just been flying in and out. I've not really spent any real lot of time there.
Get a big Air Force base in Anchorage.
Big Elmendorf Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kev was born and raised in Alaska. Am I correct in saying that?
I wasn't born, but I was raised because I had an adoptive family adopt me when I was in Massachusetts, and they flew me from there to Alaska.
Got it.
And
He's from Beantown.
I've been lucky. In my 21 years, I got around the world once. And all over.
Nice.
Got to Europe for a little bit. I'd rather Asia, though. But spent some time in Europe. But 17 years in Asia.
That's a long tour. Nice time. Very nice time.
Only a long time running around Asia, every place.
Well,
whereabouts have you been? Well, obviously you've been to Vietnam, Philippines.
Yeah, 2 years in Vietnam.
Where else in Asia?
2 years in Vietnam, 4 years up in Japan. I spent a year straight in Korea, but I was in and out of Korea a lot. Here, in the Philippines, been to Malaysia, been to Diego Garcia. Got to go to Australia one time. Been all over this side of the world.
I gotta travel more. I've been to I haven't traveled that much at all, but I've been to Thailand once, and I'm way overdue for another trip. I definitely gotta go back. I went to Thailand before I ever went to the Philippines. I knew nothing, and then I've been to the Philippines a lot, but that's pretty much about it in Asia. So on my list, I definitely want to check out Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. Go back to Thailand.
I've been to Cambodia, been to Laos, but not under good terms. But been there.
Oh really?
Not under good terms.
Does anybody ever go to Europe, like Italy, like Sweden, Denmark, Holland.
I would love to go, but let me tell you why I don't go, because it sounds really expensive. That's the only thing keep me from going over there. Like, I would want to, don't get me wrong, but there's just all these places in like Asia or Southeast Asia that I personally I would prefer to go to first.
Yeah. Well, when I was stationed in the States, I spent 3 years in the States, and when I was stationed there, we used to pull a 90-day rotation to Europe out of Mildenhall, England, and we'd go from Mildenhall, we'd go down to Germany, we'd go into Italy, Spain, and then back around the loop to all the place, every place over there. And that was used to be. I went once for 90 days. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you probably went on a hop, right?
No, it's TDY. We're over there. We're stationed over there for 90 days on the C-130 squadron.
Oh.
C-130 used to go over for 90 days at a time.
A long trip on the C-130.
Yeah, used to. Well, I was stationed down in North Carolina in the middle of Fort Bragg. And we used to fly from there up to Goose Bay, Labrador, and then from Goose Bay over to England.
No, I was thinking Goose Bay, Alaska.
Goose Bay.
That's a
Labrador, Canada, Newfoundland. Goose Bay.
How about you? Yep. Did you?
Richard, where you been? Any place?
You mean around the globe and stuff like that, or?
Yeah.
No, not. I've been just in the Philippines, Japan, and that's basically it. And I haven't been to Europe or anything. Mostly all the states and stuff. You know.
Checked out Canada since you live so close.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, 2 years ago, I took my kids with my wife when my kids were still with me on a train to Niagara Falls, but my wife couldn't go to the Canadian side because she didn't have her citizenship or something yet. It was a pain in the ass, but she's a citizen now and everything. So, yeah, it looks so much nicer, Toronto across there than Niagara.
But
yeah.
You just used to need identification to get across the border?
I honestly don't know, but we were meeting this doctor woman that she grew up. Well, she didn't grow up with a daughter, and they travel all around. And we met him in Niagara and had dinner with him. We got there too late. The fucking train. Oops, Kevin, there goes another strike again.
I know you're doing.
Kept backing up because the freight trains own the railroads, not Amtrak anymore, right? So it took us like 12 hours to get to Niagara. It was unbelievable, long train ride. And by the time we got there, it was dark. We didn't go on the Maid of the Mist or anything. And so we went into casinos and stuff there, had a little fun. And, it was good to see them, though, Yeah,
I remember when I was still in the military, we used to go up TDY up to New York State up there a lot, and we used to just go over to Canada with our ID cards.
Yeah.
This was before you needed passports. You used to be able to go to Canada and Mexico with just ID.
Yeah. I don't know. The security has been pretty tight in recent years. Yeah.
It hasn't been too long since you really needed a passport or one of those passport cards.
But my wife wants to go back. I don't really. I'll probably drive there, but I'm not going to take the freaking train. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a long ride.
Well, I bet you. You go to Canada, you'd go up and then cut across 17 and then shoot up 81, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go up. You go up the coast here, come across 17, and hit 81.
I drove the friggin' Cobleskill to take my wife to. She's having a difficult time learning how to drive, right? So a friend of mine goes, take her out to Cobleskill. It's like this farmland, right? Where there's, easy for the road tests and stuff. Took her out there. She still bombed it, Yeah. And I got her lessons, a professional driving instructor and everything. And it's like $100 an hour for that, Yeah. She's too tiny, man.
Well, just
93.
or one of those mopeds, scooter,
Yeah.
like Seth had.
Scooter, huh? Mm.
Like Seth has. Yeah, that'd be nice. And the nice ice. What is it? Right now, the temperature's 21 degrees Fahrenheit. It's sunny here, but yeah, it'd be nice driving, right?
She could put on her little bunny suit.
Oh, yeah.
And go out there and drive around.
Yeah, her work is just like a block down the street from me. A lot of times on Saturdays, she's a project manager at her Nice Tech, and she goes into work and nobody's in work except for her. You know the Filipinos, how they work. And I said, "Hon, what are you going to work for?" I said, "You're going to get locked in the building because it got all these automatic locks and stuff. And how are you going to get out then? You know?"
So Seth, are you guys gonna go out and drink on New Year's, or are you just gonna like to go to a nice restaurant and hang out?
He's going to the titty bars.
The titty bars. And walking
Hey,
street.
Kev. Yeah, sorry. I had a little bit of some work stuff come up, so I'm just sending out some notes. But yeah, for New Year's, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm definitely not a nice restaurant. That's for damn sure. But but yeah, probably do something moderately fun. I don't know. Should be.
Is that where's Koreatown?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that up Friendship? Is that up around
Yeah.
Friendship? Okay, I was wondering
That's
where
exactly
Koreatown
where that
was.
is. Yep.
That was
Yep.
never
So you
there.
you go up Danjuko and and you head all the way up and past Perimeter and take a left at the Jollibee, and that's the Friendship area, and that's Koreatown. There's a bunch of like Korean restaurants and the whole deal.
Yeah, Philly went through it today. I was watching his video.
Oh, you're watching his video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
I told him, I asked him to go down my way, like where I used to live around the 7th Street area. I said, take a walk up that way. Let me see what that is. See what it looks like up there. So he said this week he's going to do it. He's going to take a walk up that way.
Okay. So you actually put in a request.
Yeah. I asked him, I say, why don't you take a walk instead of always going towards Angeles when you come out of Walking Street? I go the other way towards Dow. Let me see what's up there. Like, I don't know if you knew, this bar is probably gone, but it used to be the Fire Empire. It's probably gone. It used to be right on the highway.
Yeah, I don't know. What is that? Is that a bar?
It used to be a bar, yeah.
Okay, what was it called? Fire Empire?
Fire
Yeah,
Empire.
I mean these bars, I'm telling you, they change the name so often. Even if it's the same ownership, sometimes they change owners, but sometimes it's the same owners and they change names. So it's who knows?
Yeah, that's probably gone. That's
Who knows at this point?
Bar.
Yeah,
Used to take all the newbies down there, and that was a BJ bar. All the girls get underneath the table and go around. You'd be drinking, and she'd be giving everybody a blowjob while you're drinking. See whoever laughed first you'd have to buy the drinks or something.
Hey, now.
Hey, do they have the Korean mafia there over on Korean Town?
Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's for sure some seedy underground stuff going on. Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Is the real mafia there?
I
no?
think it is a real Korean mafia. Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, is the Italian mafia there or no?
Good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I know there are a lot of organized crime.
Probably Chinese and Japanese and all that kind of. Maybe not Japanese. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, Korean's a big one, but there are. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. There's definitely some groups. I just don't know exactly which ones are out here.
So those Koreans, would they be like enforcers, or will they go around and hit people up for money, protection money, or what?
Well, I think what mainly happens is it's a business, right? They have a bunch. If you go to Koreatown, there are just a ridiculous amount of Korean restaurants, and from what I've heard, there's some weird law in Korea where literally you are given money. Now, I don't know if this is a legal thing or an underground thing, but you're given money to start a business. That's why they start all these restaurants. And when you think about it, these restaurants probably aren't even successful. They're not even profitable, but they're probably using them for things like washing money, money laundering, stuff like that. Because, I mean, how can all these restaurants succeed if they're literally all serving the same stuff? Like you go to one and they're all serving the same stuff and they're all right next to each other. So,
Korean schools.
Yeah, go ahead.
Same with all those Korean schools. There's a lot of Korean schools that are there, but a lot of the Korean guys don't really go to the schools. They wind up going out to eat, going to the girly places. Because remember, I had a lot of those students, and I was with those students going out and drinking, partying, and going whoring and stuff like that. So I was with them, showing them around and stuff. So like when I was in Bacolod Inn over in the Iloilo. So yeah, it's kind of those guys. They don't really want 2 weeks to go to school. Then they get burnt out. Then they want to go out to all the girly bars because they can't afford to do that stuff when they're in Korea because it costs so much. But when you're in the Philippines, I mean, Maury, they're like little kids in a candy store because when they're so ugly looking in the Korean girls' eyes. But when you're in the Philippines and you got Korean money, American money, even the ugly guys like us can have beautiful girlfriends. Just because.
Roger, I heard a rumor that the MPA started that fire down there. How much a rumor that is, I don't know. I heard a rumor that the MPA started that fire. That was that mall fire down where? Down where Roger is.
Duval?
Yeah, down in Duval. The mall fire really went up quick.
Yeah, I just read about that. What a disaster, man. That was sad. Crazy
I heard a rumor
stuff.
the MPA
you don't really know. What's that?
I heard a rumor the MPA started it. I heard somebody said something about that.
Yeah, who knows what happened? Wait, what have they said? Does anyone know their official? What's the official statement? That it was an accident or something? Does anyone know?
I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay, they haven't released that info. No. Okay.
I seen it on Facebook when it started. Somebody was filming it live on Facebook. Right from the beginning.
From inside the mall?
No, from right outside. From outside. They're filming it live, and the problem there, the fire trucks were running out of water. They had to go fill up with water, and they have no ladder trucks. I think if they had a ladder truck, they could have put it down.
They don't have no sprinkler system in the mall.
I don't think there's probably some up there that probably didn't work though.
Evidently.
Yeah, that's what I read, Kev. I read it was like on Facebook. It was an account from a guy who was actually involved in the whole situation, and he was saying that the sprinklers didn't go off and the emergency exits were shut, like you couldn't get through to them. So it sounds like there was a lot of negligence involved.
Well, just the other day, Roberto was talking to Santai 7, and we were talking about penny pinching. And maybe that's a lot of penny pinching right there when you
they're trying to cut costs, right? It was like literally like for show. It's like for show they have these sprinklers, which is fucked up. It's like, come on, this is a big ass mall. Yeah,
that's what happens when you penny pinch. You lock the doors, you up the doors, people can't get out. You don't have the fire system successfully working. So yeah, you're gonna get screwed. And now is the ball insured for loss of life? So these are kind of questions.
Yeah. Randall R makes a good point. He says, my question is, why couldn't they get out? Yeah, why would they even lock those?
Because if somebody's going to rob the door, rob the place.
Oh, if someone breaks in, they could easily get through there. Okay. Yeah, those things should figure out a system where, those things, they're there for a reason, right?
You got to remember, Filipinos are not the bravest people. Nobody's going to go back in a burning place with a pair of keys and unlock the doors and unchain the doors. Filipinos, they don't, firemen, policemen, soldiers, they're going to be outside huddled together. They're not going to do it like our firemen. I seen a couple of fires when I was there in the Philippines, and they'll squirt water on the fire, but after the tankers are dry, then they go away because that's it.
That's what happened there. The tankers are pulling away to go back and fill up. By the time they fill up, that fire is still burning.
Oh, yeah, because the fire's going to jump to a next place, and if it's in a depressed area, then the whole block is going to burn.
Yeah.
Usually, it's going to be like a arson, and they want to like the land baron is going to want the land, so they're going to burn the place down and move the squatters away, and then they have the land back. That's how it works.
Yeah, the fire shit's scary. 2 years ago, Kev, when I moved here to this house, when I bought this house 3 doors down, there was a massive fire. And it was like a 7-alarm fire. They had all these fire departments, the road blocked off. We were standing outside watching it, everybody in the neighborhood, you know, and they had these gigantic ladder trucks up, shooting water down in it, you know, and friggin' thing burned to the ground, man. But they kept water on it like probably for 4 straight hours. And this thing still wouldn't go out, you know. There's a lot of these houses, old wood, man. I think it was electrical fire.
They also
turned the power off. Yeah.
They also had a fire, and one of these fancy houses, and they had these what they call it, bars on the windows, and the people inside the house couldn't get out of the house because of the bars kept them from getting out. So they're a prisoner in their house, and they burned, and they died in the house because they couldn't escape the fire.
I got those tip-out windows in my house, you know, for cleaning and stuff, and they got those security latches on them and stuff. But you could jump out, but you might not want to jump out 40 feet in the air. I don't have any fire escapes or anything, you know. Yeah.
What, Richard? You got a house like that right now?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you have like a 2-story house.
Yeah. It's pretty high up, man, when you're up here.
If your house is burning, you know, you can hang out the window and drop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's like another roof, you know, and I can run out there and I could just jump. I could jump off, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, you ought to find out if you're going to have a house and you got a 2-story house, show your family members how to get out. Maybe have a rope, a ladder, one of those ladders you can hang out the window for. You can show your family how to get out if there's a fire, and don't let your family die because, you know, you want to get out first. It's not you get out first. Have your family get out because you're already prepared.
Yeah. My wife was sleeping on the couch the day of that fire 2 years ago. I said, hon, come on, get out of the house. But she said she was tired and stuff. She wasn't worried about it. I mean, it was close, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, have a grab bag already ready, like of your clothes, her clothes in a bag, and like in the closet. And if something happened, you can just grab your bag and just get out of the house. You know, that's called a grab bag.
Have your important papers in there too. Your passport in the bag.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that stuff is very important to do. Even though your wife doesn't want to do it, that's called a fire drill, and show her what to do when something like that happens.
Yep.
Especially if you got kids, you know.
Yeah, they got their headphones on if they're around, you know, gaming. They're in their own world.
This year we're going to have 4th of July coming up, and that's when a lot of fires happen because people are negligent about fireworks, and they get drunk and they start lighting off fireworks, pointing those bottle rockets at people, hit the house, and then the shit happens, and people, oh, I'm sorry. Especially in the Philippines when everything is made out of like bamboo and it's already dry.
Mm.
That's why when I redo my house, it's going to be all rock, all cinder blocks. It's going to be blocks.
How about you guys?
No.
Is that pretty bad where you guys are? Fires?
Not where I'm at. I have never seen anything. So well, I've been here a year. I haven't seen anything yet.
I said Seth.
And the entrance, I bet.
Definitely fire safety comes first. That earthquakes, typhoons, mudslides.
You ever been in an earthquake, Kev?
Yeah, I've been in Alaska. Hello.
Wow.
Me too. I've been in a few of them.
You get some big ones up in Alaska, right?
Well, yeah, but we were in when I was in the Philippines. Over at the mountain, I was in the kitchen, and I was doing something, and all of a sudden, I felt like somebody pushed me from behind, and I took a big step forwards, and it felt like somebody pushed me, and I told Josie's father what happened, and he said, "Well, maybe a ghost pushed you." And then I told Josie what happened, and she said we had an earthquake at that time. So it was an earthquake, and the earthquake made me move forwards.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I have not experienced is a tsunami. I've experienced everything else: a volcano, earthquakes, typhoons, floods, but I never really I've never seen a tsunami.
Mudslides are also pretty bad, especially when you live in hill areas.
I've been around mudslides. I've seen mudslides, yeah, but I've to everything, but I've never seen a good tsunami. And where I'm living now, I don't think there's too much chance of one.
Oh, there's always a chance of one.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful where you live.
Yeah, because the buoyancy, I'm on the buoyancy side of the ocean, and this side of the ocean is really not too bad. It doesn't get up too high.
Yeah, where we live, where my kids and everybody live in Iloilo, we all live on high up on the mountain.
Yeah.
So we're not worried about that part, but we are worried about mudslides because there's a lot of erosion happening all over there, all over the place.
And they have some good fires in Iloilo too. They have some fires over there. The whole block goes up.
Oh yeah. And usually the fires are intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's angry, somebody's drunk, or the landlord wants to move all the squatters off their land.
That's how they get them off. Light them up.
And then the government has to relocate everybody. Because over in Iloilo behind SM City, they had a whole squatter area over there, and that whole place burned. But within a week, 2 weeks, they already rebuilt again. So it didn't work. Yeah. So it didn't work out to the Austin plan.
Mm-hmm.
So Seth, did you already take a hike?
It might be on the phone or something. I thought he said.
He said he was a little busy.
Well, he's going to get a timeout anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you guys? Oh, you don't have kids. I was going to say, do you guys have to have a lot of cleanup today because since of yesterday, there's like upstairs. My cousin's wife already cleaned up the wrappers and everything for their kids.
Oh boy!
But on my aunt's side of the house, there's my other cousin over there. They already have crap over there. Hey, Big Kevin, happy. Oh, Black Jay just send me a message.
Hey, Kev, sorry about that. Yeah, I had some like work stuff come up, had to tend to, but I'm back,
Hey,
back in action.
that's cool, buddy. No,
Yeah, what I missed.
I was just saying, at your house, just learn where all the fire exits are and make a plan. Maybe have a grab bag for you and your wife's clothes, and your special papers, documents, where you can just grab everything and leave if something happened.
Yeah, you know what? You know it's a trip. I was thinking about this as I was reading the article. I was literally just reading this article this morning. My fire escape, I know where it is, and it's locked. It's like it's the same shit. It's totally the same. So yeah, man, it's kind of scary. But you know what always pops into my mind when these kind of fire situations happen. I go to a lot of like discos, right? I've always enjoyed like DJ shows and stuff like that. And you hear about these fires in discos, and those are always, it's like a similar situation, like a disaster where people get caught up in the disco because it's overcrowded. There's not enough exits and stuff like that. I know there was one in Thailand, maybe multiple in Thailand. I don't know, but they were tragic. You guys hear about those fires in the clubs?
Yeah,
Well, what was it? About 76, 77, over on Fields Avenue, there was a couple of good fires where a couple of clubs were burned out.
I believe it. Yeah, there's you know what, Ed? There's actually a lot of fires over here. There's this poker room. I don't know if there were any deaths, but I know there's a poker room which is in a prime location on Fields Avenue, and it definitely burned down. I mean, you could see the building is just you're like, yep, there's a fire in there. And then I've come across a few other buildings where you can just tell who knows why they happened. Maybe when they built these things, they just didn't build them right or something.
Yeah, penny pinching.
Like you said, Kev, yeah, cutting corners, penny pitching. Let me tell you something. So there's a road. You're going on MacArthur Highway, right? And do you guys know, Ed, you might know this area. It's called Mountain View. So basically it's the road that goes from MacArthur to Marquee Mall.
Right.
That road, I mean, it was a disaster for a long time. And within the past year, they repaved it. They redid the whole thing. I remember I was riding my scooter. I was like, this is great. It's a nice road. Dude, that road is already getting destroyed. And it's because they use super cheap materials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's already, there's like, when you take a right, there's already a giant pothole. And I'm telling you guys, this thing is brand new.
That's their, I'll tell you, the states, though, that's how they do their roads in the states, though. A lot of the cities use the cheapest material, just lay the pavement down, and that's it.
And that's it. And it's like not even a few months, and it's already destroyed. Another example. When was the last time you went to Angeles, Ed?
I left there in '90. Well, right after.
And you haven't been back since.
I haven't
been back since.
Not Angeles, no.
Oh wow. Okay, you're overdue for a visit, my friend.
Yeah, the 25th of next month. I'll be down there. A couple days.
Nice. So now Walking Street is another example. They repaved Walking Street. This is probably about 4 years ago. But
Walking Street, that's Fields Avenue, isn't it?
Fields Avenue, yep. Walking Street.
Okay.
Yeah, they repaved it, and it kind of looked. Yeah, I mean, it looked nice when they did it. I remember it was about 4 years ago or so, and they have these nice, like, kind of circle designs in the middle of the street. That is completely destroyed. I mean, you would not be able to tell that they ever redid it. It might as well be a dirt road.
What's on the other side? Okay, on the other side, you have the park. What's that on First Street there? Did they build that up also?
Let me think. So you got Fields Avenue, then you got one.
You cross the road. You have a big park, Astro Park, whatever that park is. Now the other side of the park, that used to be what I call First Avenue.
Yes, that's still there, and that is kind of on the way to SM Mall, like on the other side of Astro Park. And you drive on the street. So your question is, did they fix it up?
What's there? Yeah, when I was there, when I left, that was still a dirt road, really.
Oh,
well, even in the 90s, it was still a dirt road.
Yeah, it's pavement. It's pavement, but it might as well. It's still. Oh no, it's 2 ways now. and it's pavement, but I mean it's screwed up. Yeah, it's majorly screwed up. No sidewalks, obviously. Peter Vanderveer's in the house, and obviously we all know there's no sidewalks in the Philippines. I think PD can confirm there are no sidewalks in the Philippines. So
yeah, there isn't. No, I used to run around Astro Park every day of the week.
You want to hear something funny, Ed? You want to hear something really funny? So I've been coming to Angeles City since 2011. I have never stepped foot in Astro Park. I've never stepped foot in there. I've walked around it, like I've walked outside of it. There's a gate, but I've actually never stepped foot inside. I don't know why. I probably should just do it just to say I did.
Yeah, I used to run that every other day. Like one day I'd run the park, and then the next day where I lived in Wakandula. That's right off of. I don't know if you know where 7th Street is.
I don't. What area is that? That's still Balibago?
It's going towards Dau. It's going towards Dau.
Okay. So you're on MacArthur and you're going towards Dau. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 7th Street. Okay, if I remember, I don't know if it's still there. On the corner of MacArthur, there's a gas station. There used to be a gas station right on the corner.
Let me think. Yeah, there is still. It's a shell. It's so if you're going towards Dau, it's on the corner, but on the other side of the street. On this side.
Okay, you walk down, it'd be the first street to the left. That is 7th Street.
Oh, okay. Let me think. I think I kind of know where you're talking about, though. I think I know where you're talking about. It's
okay. I live in that area.
Okay, I think that would that be considered Mountain View? Would that be Mountain View area?
That's considered Mabalacat. That's on the other side of the street is Mabalacat. On the left side is still Balibago. On the right side is Mabalacat. Okay, I lived in that area. And I used to run.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, I used to run up and behind, across, and I used to come across down on MacArthur in Dau and run back. It was a mile and a half every day. I used to run it in the morning, and I'd run it at night. But it was a nice little run.
Are you still running?
I run not too much. I run about a mile every day.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's more than I could say. You know where people, where's a really good area? Go ahead, Kev.
I run to the bathroom sometimes.
You run to the bathroom?
No, you don't. Kev, you just go to the bathroom. You just relieve yourself in your pants. Come on, be honest.
I'm 67 years old, and I still run a mile a day, so I have to. But I used to run
that's awesome.
A day.
The area that is really good for running now in Angeles is inside Clark. So inside Clark is like another world, basically. There's like U.S. rules in there. Like you'll get pulled over. Actually, there's actually road rules. So I obviously stay out of there because I don't know road rules. I ride a little scooter around and I don't know rules. So but yeah, anyways, they enforce the rules out there, and it's a different world. It's clean, and from what I've been told, there's a really good spot, like a track. To run inside Clark. I've never seen it myself, but from what I heard, it's really nice.
I used to have to run up in the parade field. I think it'd be Port Stossenberg, they call it, up there. We used to have to run that every year, twice. It was a mile and a half around. We used to have to run that every year for our PT test.
Ed, you're going to have a blast when you come out here just reminiscing. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be tripping out. Whoa, so it's going to be cool. Like, it's going to be a great time when you come out here.
Clark Airport, I used to work in that building. That was the passenger terminal years ago. I used to work in that building.
I'm going to go
right next door to that building.
I'm going to go upstairs real fast. Please don't fuck nothing up, okay? Richard, do you hear me?
No promises, Kev.
I'm taking out my guitar, Kevin. I'm going to start playing copyrighted material.
Yeah, I used to work in that terminal there.
I'll be right back.
It used to be the old Mac terminal where the airport is right now.
So the airport, what's kind of cool is supposedly they're building it up. They're making flights more frequent, which is cool because personally, I would love to skip Manila altogether. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some people like Manila. I'm not one of them.
Away from Manila. Well,
hey, good man.
Flying now. I'm going on to Cebu to Clark, and Clark's also flying the Bacolod. which is
Yeah,
where I'm at.
they're opening up the routes. When I first started coming here, I mean, they really, it was like very seldom flights, Clark to Cebu a couple times a week, one airline, but they opened it up. Now it's pretty much Clark to Cebu every day.
Every
I think
day, yeah.
both Cebu Pacific and PAL. And then they have like you said, they have other routes you can go as well.
PAL's
So
opening up
eventually, I'm not even going to have to step foot into Manila, which is great because I usually fly into Manila mainly because it's the cheapest cost, right? There's some really good. I'll admit, there's some really good airfare prices from, like, for example, LA to Manila or San Francisco to Manila. I mean, in the past year, it's been cheaper to fly, for example, from LA to Manila than it is from LA to New York.
Yeah, well, I came over last year. I paid $650 from JFK to Cebu.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great deal. The lowest I paid. Hear me out, Ed. The lowest I paid, $530 round trip.
That's not bad. That's from
San
Francisco.
Insane. Yeah, it's insanely low. I mean, seriously, I mean, I think if you flew to Hawaii, it would probably be more expensive, like from LA to Hawaii. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if like the fuel is cheaper. I don't know why it's gone down. When I first started coming to the Philippines, like for example, in 2011, I probably paid around. Well, when I remember my first flight was $1,000 exactly, but my second flight was, I think, one time I paid literally like $1,800. One time using Philippine Airlines. I paid $1,800 for a round trip ticket.
The Philippine Airlines is expensive though, no matter where.
Yeah, they tend to be a higher one. I don't really use them anymore because of that reason. I usually go with the cheapest, but I refuse to ever use China Airlines again. I went with the cheapest during my last flight. It was really cheap, but it was not worth it.
Yeah, I came over Asiana, and
Asiana's great. Asiana, Eva, and ANA. Those are my favorites. And you can find some good deals on all three of those.
Well, yeah. The year before last when I came over ANA, but I had to stop in Manila, and that was I didn't like that. But this time I flew right into Cebu.
So for you, you fly into Cebu, and then how do you get to where you are? What do you do? Do you got to take a ferry?
I go jump on a bus to the ferry. It's about a 2-hour from Cebu City to where the ferry leaves. It's about a 2-hour ride, and they load the ferry on the boat and just come over.
It's a roll on, roll off. Yep.
Yeah, it rolls off right in Escalante, and I only live about a half a mile from the dock, so I live right there.
Oh, cool. How did you end up living over there? I mean, is that where your girlfriend is from?
My girlfriend's from Escalante. Yeah, she's from Escalante.
Okay, that makes sense. And you're like, hey, you went over there. You're like, this is great.
Yeah, and I don't want to live in Angeles. I want to live like I could always move to Bacolod, but it's a big city. I'm nice and content in the province here. It's really like I really live Filipino style. I got a well outside that I have to go turn to get my water. The CR's in the back. I got to take water, little bucket showers. But ain't no problem.
Important question for you. Very important question. And Richard, please chime in here. Do you use toilet paper or do you use the bum gun or do you use a combination of the two?
Oh, shit.
Sometimes I use both.
You use a combination. Okay.
I use a combination.
You're okay in my book, I guess. I guess. I'm a big TP advocate, and I've had many restless night discussions over this. And I have this group of friends. I guess you could call them friends, loosely based friends who use Tabo. And like I said, they used to be friends until I found out, or not the Tabo, until I found out they used the bum gun. And I'm like, I just lost all respect for them. Just all respect.
I use a Tabo. Tabo or Tabo, either one.
Well, the Tabo's for the shower. So, Richard, I mean, you live in the States. You're obviously a TP guy, right? Am I right?
Absolutely, man. When we go to the Philippines, we send one of those Bali Baton boxes ahead, like a month ahead, to one of my wife's friends with tons of toilet paper and all kinds of stuff that we need. And the day we get there, it's delivered to our hotel. So we're a bunch of pussies, yeah.
No, totally,
So,
totally. I mean, the way I look at it, there are two
Yeah.
types of people in this world: those who use TP and those who don't. And the two groups can never commingle. It's just not going to work out.
Most of the time it's TP, but every once in a while you get stuck. You have to resort.
I bet it's
Most
so
of the
funny.
people,
we're just not
It's so
those
funny.
tough military guys. You know?
Yeah, well, you military guys can basically do anything. You don't need anything. That's what's so cool about you guys and your training is you've been trained to live with basically like nothing, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I've been through that training. I know that training.
Yeah, that's intense. I'm a total pussy when it comes to that stuff. And you know, if you would throw me in a jungle with nothing, I'd probably die. And it wouldn't even be a full day. It'd be like half a day. I'd like stub my toe and I would end up dying.
Yeah, it sticks with you.
Yeah.
That
Well,
it still sticks
funny.
with you though.
Yeah, well, that's great, Ed. That's really useful stuff to know. And so you kind of you live in the province, and you were saying, yeah, you don't really want to live in Angeles or a big city. You know what's funny? I've really been back and forth the past couple years with exactly what I want to do, and let me explain that. So originally, before I lived in the Philippines, I thought that I wanted to live somewhere that was kind of a medium between province and city. And I still haven't really found this, but that's what I thought. I thought, yeah, you know, like I don't really like the big cities. Like I don't really like Manila, especially. I mean, I despise the place. And I like the province, but I'm such a pussy. There's certain luxuries that I can't give up, right? I need my toilet paper. I need my aircon. I need my hot showers. I need my hot showers for sure.
Hey,
So
aircon I do not need. I do not need it.
Okay.
I hate aircon.
how about hot showers?
I could do with them. I could do without them. It doesn't. Well, see, I take a shower out of the tube, out of the big bucket.
Ah,
fill it up and-
You're a better man than I'm telling you.
I
So
take a shower.
I realized this, that there were certain luxuries that I need, right? So I wanted kind of an in between. People told me places like Dumaguete could be a possible place. Maybe Bacolod. Like it's a big city.
Yeah, I live an hour and a half from Bacolod. I'm
Oh,
about an hour.
okay.
Like if I want to go to the city, it's an hour and a half. I jump on the bus, hour and a half. I'm in. That's where I do my visa and everything in Bacolod.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I've heard really good things about Bacolod, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
If I had a choice between Bacolod and Dumaguete, I think I'd go Bacolod.
Okay, why do you think that is? Is Dumaguete too slow paced? Do you think?
I think. Well, if you want the big city life, it has to be Bacolod. It's between big city and it's between like Dumaguete. I think is just I don't know. Dumaguete may just be too out of there, too much. Well, number one, there's too many expats down there. Well, that way you might like that.
Yeah, no, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. You see where I'm at? I think I've seen maybe 10 expats in this city.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
10.
it's definitely it's more rare. Yeah, the problem is. So here's where kind of everything changed when I actually moved out here and started working out here online. I kind of realized, actually, I think I need to live in a big city. I don't think I have that same kind of, I want to, eventually maybe I want that good medium. But for now, I'm pretty sure for the next few years at least, I need to live in a big city for a few different reasons. Number one, internet connection. Here in Angeles.
My internet connection is great out here. Right here, I get great internet.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
I have a Globe plan. It's great.
Do you know what your Mbps, like up and download speeds are?
When I do a test, it's going up over 10. I get over 10.
That's good. That's good for the province. So
for the province, it's good.
That's great. That's actually really good for the province. Here in Angeles, my speeds are great. I get like 20 up and 20 down. I think it's better than literally, like I have less interruptions here than I did in the States. So I'm really pleased with like the connection with where I'm at. And then there's other things. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I still I'm a relatively young guy, and I still like going out and grabbing some drinks and doing stuff like that. And so I think like I might get bored if I was in a slower paced place. I probably would.
Like I am, you probably would.
Yeah, I might. I thought about that. At first, I didn't think I would. But now that I'm in Angeles, and even in Angeles, sometimes I get bored, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking I kind of need to be in a bigger city. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Angeles City or Cebu City for me for quite
Let's
some time.
go to Mabalacat. You're out of the city, but you're close enough. That's what you want to do. Just go to Mabalacat or go to Tarlac.
Yeah, exactly. That's what a lot of guys do when they've been living here a while. They want to get away from the mess, but they still want to be close enough to the city.
Yeah.
So yeah, they go out a little bit. I mean, even for example, if you go towards Friendship and you go towards like the Timog Park area, you're still a little ways out. You know, that's a whole different vibe over there. So yeah, there's a lot of options. But I'll probably, if I were to guess, I'll probably be in Angeles about another year. And then I'm heavily considering then moving to Cebu City. And I lived in Cebu City for a little while, so I know it. I know Cebu City fairly well. And and Cebu City's booming. It's really booming.
Yeah, like if I pick Cebu or Bacolod, I'd still go Bacolod. Cebu's still big.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Who knows? Maybe I would visit because I've never been there, Ed. Maybe I'd visit and be like, this is the place.
Yeah, you should try Bacolod. That's nice. That's a nice area.
Do you know Mikey 550?
Mikey 5, no.
Oh, you don't? Okay, he's another YouTuber. He's been around YouTube for a while, and he just moved over to Buckload.
Oh, that's I know who you're talking about. I know he used to be in over in Iliable, and he moved over.
Good question. I think he was actually in Cebu, to be honest. You might be thinking about Mike from My Philippine Journey. Yeah, you're probably thinking about Mike. I think. Oh, did he move to Bacolod? I thought he was still in Iloilo. I don't know.
He just moved over to Bacolod with his girl.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, Mikey 550. He hasn't. I mean, he was more of like a YouTube watcher, and he did a few videos. He did a few live shows. Big Kev knows him. Big Kev's met Mikey in person. Big Kev, you back? Where did Big Kev go? He just kind of left.
He said he was going upstairs for something.
Richard, you still there? Man, these guys just abandoned the show, you know? Hey, I'm not one to talk because I did it for about 30 minutes, but all right. What are the viewers saying? What are these people saying? We got some really good people. We got Ed, we have 26 people listening. I see some familiar names. I see Mr. Tux. I see Gypsy. What's that? Kev like goes through these weird fits, Ed. I don't know what's going on, but he'll like you'll be talking and then he'll be like, "Where is Seth?"
Disappears. Yeah,
he disappears and then he goes, "Where is Seth?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm right here." Yeah, we're like Ed and I are talking, and then he'll like start talking to random people, and I don't know what's going on.
Where's Kevin? You still there? Richard.
Let me plug myself in.
See, there's Kev. There's Kev. I think he's having some technical difficulties.
Every day, buddy.
Yeah, every day. What's up, Kev? Welcome back. Welcome back to your show.
Well, hey, you know, I'm just like you. I'm trying to get things moving. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying, Kev. I know what you're saying. So yeah, I think Ed, that will be really funny. I mean, you gotta tell us how it is when you come back here after how many years? Let's see, you left in, you said 91.
91.
So if my math is correct, which it probably isn't, that sounds like about 28 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
91, 2001. Yeah, almost.
And that's a long time. I mean, this place has even changed since I started coming here in 2011 to 2017. Was it 6 years? It's even changed a lot since then. So I can't even imagine 28 years.
It's going to be a shock.
Yeah, you gotta visit your old stomping grounds. You know. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm sure you Air Force guys, you guys got all sorts of crazy stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is your ex-wife hanging around?
My ex-wife is the one from there. She's in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. So in other words,
Daly City she was in. I'm just going to see her parent. Her mother's there, and her brothers and sisters. Going to visit them for a couple days. That's a good part about the Filipino families. They're even though I'm divorced from her daughter, she still considers me her son-in-law. She's
Oh, that's
still.
great. So you're still like, yeah, you're still
How long were
family.
you married to her?
I was married to her for 10 years.
Oh,
Before I got divorced. So.
Guys,
But they
we have a
still-
very
they still-
special guest in the house. We have a very special guest. We have Mr. Petey Van Dever.
hey,
Let's give a
Peter.
round of applause. Petey, how you doing, bro?
Hey, I was just thinking about you earlier today when I was walking on the sidewalk.
Yeah. I knew you would like that. I
And
knew you
saw
would
a
like
pile
that.
of shit on the sidewalk. I thought of you, Seth.
Yeah, I was about to say, Petey, did you come on the show to debate sidewalks with me?
Well, I actually this morning I was they just built a brand new sidewalk at the Global City, and I took a picture of it for you.
Oh man, I'll be honest. To your defense, yeah, I was over in that area not that long ago, probably a couple months ago, and I did think about it. I was like, damn, these sidewalks are pretty fucking big. I mean, that place isn't even like the Philippines. You go in there, and you're like you transported to basically like Beverly Hills or Santa Monica. Yeah,
No,
no, that
now
place is nice.
Listen, they built a sidewalk that goes through between all the buildings that you can run on, like a running path sidewalk.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. No, there's, you know what's funny about that place? Okay, so it's like the extremes, right? In most areas, there are no sidewalks. It's like a dirt rut. But Fort Bonifacio, they build sidewalks that are too big. Like, it takes up too much space. It's like a gigantic sidewalk that just, you don't need that much sidewalk.
Well, I've seen some sidewalks in this country that you could park a car on.
Yeah, those ones in BGC, they're ridiculous. Oh, by the way, Pete, I was about to mention something to you. I watched a video and you talked about the IHOPs. So, oh man, you're right. You're right about that. So I was over there, and all I wanted, literally the main reason I went down there is to go to IHOP. I shit you not. And I went to 2 IHOPs. There were 2 that I tried to go to, closed down.
Yeah, no, there's only 2 of them now. One's in Cabal, and I forget where the other one is.
What's going on? I mean, I was talking to some people, and they said like the whole breakfast thing. It's not like the pancakes. It's just not kind of the Filipino taste. Like, they got no customers.
No. It's just the economy is shot.
I was pissed. I really wanted. I don't know if you guys have been to IHOP.
They
And
put
I'm
IHOP
sure,
in Los Angeles.
oh, they
Dude,
should totally
if
do
you-
IHOP here.
Did you watch
That's
that video where I laid out all the different restaurants that are closing right now?
Yeah, I think. Well, I saw the end. I basically skipped to the part where someone mentioned me because, you know, I'm a narcissist. I just want to hear my name, and then I like caught like a minute more, and then I turned it off.
Oh, that was hilarious. I was in the middle of filming, and that guy goes, "Hey, you're that internet guy."
You know what's funny, man? You know what's really funny? You caught your natural reaction, and your natural reaction was kind of to get like, you almost look like you were ready to fight. That's kind of like, because you know you're PDV. I'm sure you're very aware.
All
Yeah.
the shit I'm doing. If someone yells at me on the street like that,
Yeah. You got into like,
okay, we're gonna throw down.
yeah. Here's what you got into. It's called you immediately went into defensive mode. It was kind of like, who's asking? I was like, the guy's like a super nice guy. I know him, and he was like, oh, he's like you're that dude who talks about sis style, and then you're like, oh, what's up, man?
Do I owe you money? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was really surprised. That was the guy I was telling you about.
Yeah. He's. I won't say his name because maybe he doesn't want me to. But yeah, I met him. He's been a long time subscriber of mine. Like, I'm talking like long time. And I met him in Angeles City, and a super nice dude. I knew who you were talking about when you mentioned tennis, because he's one of the only guys that I've talked to he's like really into tennis. And yeah, super nice dude. So he's in Manila right now then.
Yeah, he's in Makati. I'm not gonna go into details, but he seemed to have a pretty rough year.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, okay.
Do
Yeah,
they
I
have
think
tennis courts in the Philippines, man? I've never seen any.
surprisingly
Oh.
they do.
Well,
Yeah.
back to Global City, they have a fucking huge ass tennis court.
Maybe
Everything
at
in the city's
fancy
fucking huge.
resorts or something, yeah. There's like no public parks in Cebu or anything like that that I've seen where tennis courts are.
No, there. I doubt you can find public parks that have them.
Yeah, there's guys in the John Doe's in the room, and he's asking about my license. Man, it's such a major fail. Though, to answer your question, John, there's been no progress on the license. There's been no progress. But let me tell you what there has been progress with. I just got my bike registration after 4 months. So I was driving around with no registration for 4 freaking months. Can you believe that shit? So
I can't believe it.
dude, I bought the bike. I bought the bike and I'm like, yeah, I bought the bike and I'm like, so what's up with the registration? They're like, oh, we're backed up, blah, blah, blah. And they actually told me I am not allowed to, like, I just bought this bike and they actually told me I am not legally allowed to drive it on public roads until I get my registration. And I said, well, when is the registration coming? And they were like, oh, like December. I was like, that's fucking 4 months.
Well, that's why Seth rides on the sidewalk.
Yeah, exactly.
The key word is legally in the Philippines.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, I just bought a brand new bike. I'm going to fucking ride it. So I just asked them. I was like, so what you're telling me is technically I'm not supposed to be riding this for 4 months. They're like, yes. And they made me sign something. But, of course, I'm still riding it. So the progression is, good news is I finally got my registration. Bad news is license thing is still, Now, I do, yeah, John Doe should get on the show because I do have a friend. He's a German guy who went to Angeles LTO, which is where you're supposed to go. He waited about 5 hours. It was a long time, and he got his license. So he somehow surpassed the new rule that they made. I don't know how he did it, and he didn't use a fixer. He did not use a fixer. So I think
here's a question I have a question about Angeles. Is there any place in Angeles that has a real gym? A proper gym?
Yeah. I went to, I used to go to this gym. It used to be called Fitness Connection, and they changed the name to Enhanced Athlete. It's on MacArthur, right across the street from the PAGCOR. And it's a real gym, but the problem is it doesn't have aircon.
No, when I'm talking about real gym, I'm talking about like a proper track, a swimming pool, that sort of thing.
Ooh, I've never been to this one, but the closest would probably be one called Running Man, and it's in it's like way up like Friendship kind of area. I've never been, but I don't know if they have a pool, but I just hear it's like a really modern kind of gym. Now there is a gym that I went to in Angeles proper, and they had a boxing match in there, or a boxing ring. That was cool. Go Bobo wants John Doe on. I agree. Throw Johnny Doe up in here. And also, if you're going to throw Johnny Doe, it's actually a package deal. You throw John Doe up in here, and you throw Jerry Kadanian up in this bitch, and then you get those two kind of bickering. It's a package deal.
No, Jerry's a cool guy. I met Jerry. He's a lady boy, but he's still a cool guy.
Wait, when did you meet Jerry? Was this a purpose? Was this a planned meeting or an accidental meeting?
No, I was at an internet cafe, and this guy next to me kept on yelling, "You're Peter," and it was a lady boy.
No, the real story is you were at an internet cafe, and the guy next to you was masturbating, and you were like, "Oh, you're Jerry Kadanian." That's what Jerry does. He goes to internet cafes and. Oh man.
No, I ran into him. He's a pretty cool guy. His wife is very nice.
Oh, so where did you? Because they, if I'm not mistaken, they go to. I don't know why I always think it's Dumageddon, but I don't think it is. Do they go to Manila?
Let me say this about Jerry, because he said it publicly on his channel. You know where he stays? The back side of LA Cafe.
Oh, in Manila, which is like the freelance spot.
Yeah. He's an interesting guy. He takes his stays in the LA Cafe with his wife.
Wait, why do they stay there? Like that's like just like they have like a house there, or they choose to stay
No,
there?
there's a little hotel on top of LA Cafe.
And LA Cafe is that Ermita? Where's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in that area only a few times. I haven't really hung out there. I don't know the area that well, but from what I've been told, if you want to pick up freelancers in Manila, LA Cafe is the spot. That's what I've been told.
I heard that was the largest freelance bar in the.
Hey, Seth, who is Go-Go Bobo?
I don't know, but I don't know who he is, but supposedly he knows who I am. He said we met, I think.
If you want to find freelancers, you go to Upwork.com.
Okay, well, tell him to be quiet before he gives me a headache, and I'm going to kick him off the show.
Whoa, wow, I'm not even reading the chat. What did he say?
He's beginning to irritate me. So,
well, I can't tell him anything. You got to tell him, Kev. This is your show. You know, I'm not. It's not my place, Kev.
Yeah, well, he's asking you why there's people not on the show. So,
I don't fucking know. You know me.
I don't know.
I got no rhyme or reason. You know me. Anyways, yeah, no. If you want, okay, let me rephrase. If you want filthy prosties, I hear filthy prosties who do not work for an establishment. I hear LA Cafe is the way to go.
No, if you want freelancers, you go to like Upwork.com or Freelancer.com.
I didn't say freelance. That's why I rephrased it, mofo. I said filthy prosties who do not work for an establishment.
Sorry. I did a video a while back about freelancers.
Yeah, I remember that. You pissed everyone off because people were like, yeah.
Steve Montelli was pissed off because he thought I was going to be talking about whores.
I think I was pissed too. I was like, oh, he's talking about like developers. Screw this. Next. Yeah, I think I got pissed also. So, what's up? What's up, Kev? Kev, what's going on? You got a pretty colorful chat room here, bro. Oh, Kev stepped out of the room.
Oh, okay. Well, how many people in the chat room are Peter's trolls?
Ooh, surprisingly not enough, man. I mean, we got one guy who said we got one guy who says Peter Vandiver and Hillary Clinton would make a great pair.
I saw we had a few guys in there that were running their mouth.
Yeah. There's let's see. One guy, Gogo really wants John Doe on the show. Let's see.
John Doe can open up his own show, and then he can have whoever he wants on his show.
Let me ask you, Kev, is John Doe banned? Is John Doe banned from your show? I mean, is that what's going on here?
I don't want to listen to somebody that knows everything.
What's that? I think something happened between John Doe and Kev that I'm not privy to this information.
I mean, like Gogo, Bobo, John Doe, if they want to have their own show, open up your own show, invite whoever you want.
Yeah, but you up your Patreon if you want to get on the show. It's a pay to play.
Yeah, but you know what? If anyone opens up a show at this particular moment, you know they're not going to get any of these viewers. I mean, this is right now at this instance, this is the best fucking show going on. You got to admit that
I have.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got Ed, we got PDV even. Dude, PDV comes out of left field. We got Richard up in this bitch. Come on, man. You can't beat this shit.
I got 34 viewers right now.
That's off the topic for a second. How long does it take Neil to get from the States over here?
Does it take who?
Does it arrive?
Mail.
Oh, mail. Okay. I've only had really one experience. No, I've had a couple actually. I take that back. A couple experiences. I would say on average, if you just use like some regular service, it takes about a month for like just paper. You know what I mean? Just like literally like a letter takes about a month. Yeah.
Let me ask a question.
I have my daughter. So I told my daughter to send me a copy of my divorce decree. She said she mailed it the middle of November. So I think it's here by now.
I would have had that.
Yeah.
You know.
What you always want to do. What you always want to do is you want to pay extra for the little tracking service, and it sucks because you're basically paying like $20 to mail a letter, but you got to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Ed, where do you live?
I live in Escalante. Up in Negros.
Okay,
Okay,
pick up your letter in Manila, Ed, when you go up there. It's probably up there. A little post up.
Go to Johnny Air.
The what?
Go to Johnny Air and have them bring it over. It's so much better.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Johnny Air? I've heard about them, but here's my question: how do you use them from the States?
Yeah. How
You just ship whatever you need to ship to their office, and they bring it to you, and you go pick it up and pay for it.
Oh, so it's almost like so you ship it to their location, and they're just like reliable, and they'll bring it directly to you.
No, they're definitely reliable. They are, and they have offices all over the country. So you just go and pick it up, and you pay $6 a pound.
Yeah.
Okay, so whether it's like a letter or like a box, like you could use them.
Doesn't matter. I get stuff sent over here all the time. It's $6 a pound, and you pick it up in about a week.
Yeah, I've heard about the service. I didn't know what it was. I think one time Chris and Sabu talked about it, and yeah, okay, that's good to know.
I think you got to pick it up though at their office.
They ban dildos.
I don't know if they deliver.
Oh yeah. Well, that's my side business, guys. I get like these boxes upon boxes of like mainly like there are these purple, like obnoxiously large purple dildos, and boxes upon boxes, and yeah, that's my side business.
No, they are definitely the way to go. To answer your question, Ed, it can take anywhere from about 3 to 5 weeks to get something over here. Because it will sit in Manila for at least a week and do nothing.
I have to go to town tomorrow. I'll stop by the post office, see if they have anything there. He has my number, though. I had a letter a few months ago that the guy actually called me up. Say, hey, you have a letter here. From the post office.
I'll tell you this. Bill from Landhawk, he got a package delivered to him 6 months after the fact.
Yeah.
So...
This Max Hamilton says, "Hey, internet guy," and says on the same show. That was kind of funny that he called you. Petey, you think your name is so precious, but he called you internet guy.
I am the internet, Mr. Internet.
You are the internet as a whole. That was actually pretty funny because you would think he would be like, "Yo, PV or PDV," right? But he says, "Hey, you're internet guy." Hey, I'll be honest though, that's happened to me before. I had one guy, this is pretty funny. He said, "You're that famous YouTube guy," and I'm like, "No, dude, I'm not." I said, "I am that's definitely not me." Famous YouTube guy.
Tell the truth. He said, "No, that's PDV." I'm sad.
Yeah, that's PD. No, yeah. You must be thinking about PV. Yeah, famous YouTube guy. Are you fucking kidding me? That was funny.
No, I actually. That was a weird situation because I was filming and I was just caught off guard. But I have people recognize me on a regular basis. And believe it or not,
you could tell that one you were caught off guard for sure because you were like you didn't see it coming, right? And he like came from behind. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'll tell you why I left that footage on there. Because I knew that would get the quote-unquote alliance going nuts. But no, I get people recognize me all the time, good and bad.
Have you? And what's the worst experience you've had, like meeting, whether it was planned or not planned?
Oh, that bullshit that went on up in Baguio.
Oh, but besides that thing. Have you ever met someone and they got like super hostile, like wanted to fight?
twice. It lasted 3 minutes, and I walked out the door.
Wait, so they met you. So they was a planned meeting. Like they played
Well,
nice
no,
basically.
what it was, both times these guys told me they just arrived in Manila. They don't know where to go. They need some help. They need someone to guide them. And as soon as I met them, then they just went psycho.
What? That must have been awkward. That must have been super awkward.
Hey, Rich,
I just said have a nice day and left.
Richard, did you see the chat line?
What's yeah?
Michael Fazio for Health Department Minister. Ah.
Did you see the top part?
Yeah.
What is it?
That go-go guy's a comedian. I'm a comedian.
I actually
I like
just had a
Michael.
conversation.
I tell you, Mike Fazio, I give that guy a lot of credit.
Hey, go-go, I'm a comedian too. Watch, see how funny I am.
Do you ever watch any of his stuff, Mike Fazio's?
Bye, go.
Mike Fazio.
Yeah, I gave
himself.
Gago. I gave Kevin a strike. So, whoops. Bye bye.
That's how funny I am.
Adios, amigo.
Hey, do you ever watch Mike Fazio's stuff?
Kev's fired up today.
Oh, I just give people enough time to hang themselves, and then they do it.
If I'm on Kevin's shit list, look out, guys. Because I got him a strike for that Billy Joel music. So
Richard,
where you been?
he's pissed at me, man. I'm trying to just keep my mouth shut and stay out of trouble.
Richard, let me ask you: have you ever abused your moderator powers and blocked anyone?
No, never.
Okay,
put
you deleted
John
some
Doe
comments though.
Yep, and I put John Doe in timeout one time for 30 seconds, I think.
Oh well, that was probably deserved.
Look at that pretty wife this one guy has.
And John Doe didn't let me forget it for like a month. Either. Every show I went to, I saw him. He goes, "Oh, okay."
Hey,
Happy New
Seth,
Year.
who's this guapo guy here?
Bubble
Oh,
Taylor.
that is Mr. Roberto Dunn, looking sexier than ever.
Wow.
What's up, Roberto? Damn.
Ready for New Year, man.
Damn, Roberto cleans up, bro. I mean, usually he looks like a fucking bum, but he cleans up well.
Come on, don't tease me.
Hey, Roberto, why do you have this charisma when come on, then people leave? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Hey, Roberto, how come right when you came on, PD came off?
Because you know he was scared on that video. You could tell in his eyes he was so freaking scared. He thought someone was gonna jump his ass.
He was caught off guard. You could see it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Who's asking?"
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah.
Just that story he was telling about he meeting that guy at the restaurant. Yeah, he was scared. He doesn't like confrontation, so he's gonna run.
You know what I want to see? I really want to see this. I got this scene in my head, Roberto. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the scene with Bruce Willis and Ving Rhames, right? Now you're Ving Rhames and Petey is Bruce Willis. And anyway, I mean, you got to use your imagination. But I see this scene in Manila of you got your donuts and your coffee. You're just walking in front of, like, I don't know, Petey would be driving or he'd be riding like a unicycle, whatever. And you just stop. You just fucking stop. And you just turn your head and you go, motherfucker. Dude, that would be classic, man. That would be classic.
PD is the biggest chicken shit in this world. And he fools so many people that he's macho guy, but he's a pussy. He's a ladyboy pussy.
Do you think he left this show because of your entrance? That's what I want to know.
Yes, all the time, because he can't.
You guys were having I caught the end of Kev's show. I didn't catch it live, but I caught it after the fact, and it was getting juicy, man. It was getting juicy, and then it ended.
Yeah, Well, there was
I didn't
more,
know
but,
coming on.
But this is Kevin's show. Let's stick with the subject in hand.
What, the subject Kev? No one wants to talk about Kev.
Hey,
Boring.
That too. This is my show. Hey, John Doe, you ought to pick your friends a little bit better.
Yeah, get John Joe. What's his name? John Doe on, and Jerry on, so we can.
Yeah, give me a rest. I don't want to talk anymore. Get John Doe on here. Get Jerry. Let him bicker a little bit, and then I could stop talking.
I don't want to listen to John Doe. I don't want
Bring Jerry on.
Just know-it-all shit.
You know what? I just figured something out. It just occurred to me, Kev, why you don't want John Doe on the show. So Kev right now is in this weird position. It's actually Richard's fault, where he got a strike, right? Yep. This just happened. This is all new. And Kev feels, and he's probably right in this sense, that if John Doe comes on, strike number 2 is soon to follow. That's my guess.
Mm-hmm.
I thought strike number 2 was going to come if Roberto comes on.
Yeah, that could. It probably would have happened if Petey stayed on for sure.
John Doe, you irritated me with that crybaby logo.
Hey Kev, you gotta admit, like the little bit of power that we have as YouTubers, it is pretty fun to abuse it, right? To exercise it. It's like, yeah, you want to say that, boom, blocked. Like, yeah, there's something fun about it, right?
I won't. You could come back after 1 year. How does that sound? New Year's. Don't irritate me.
Damn, Kevin, you're upset this morning.
He's fired up. Kev's fired up today.
Roberto. It's my fault, Roberto.
Well,
Richard,
I thought he was mad at me. He wouldn't let me on the show.
Oh no!
I let you come on. Richard put a strike on me.
I gave him a strike with the Billy Joel song. Yeah. Good night, Saigon. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you, Billy.
I'll give you another strike right now, Kev. You ready? I didn't start the fire. Who's that? Who's that?
I don't think the computer at YouTube or whatever. Google's going to recognize that.
Name that jam.
Do you know all the words of that?
No, I actually don't even know who that is. Is it Bruce Springsteen?
No, that's Billy. Yeah.
Oh, that's Billy. Oh, I had it. I was on point, dude. I was on point. I didn't even know it.
You're on somebody there. I'm sorry. Are we live?
Yeah, we're still live.
I didn't know that. Hey, Seth. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing okay. I'm really hungry right now. I'm gonna order a cheesesteak, and I'll stay on the show, but I'm definitely gonna order a cheesesteak with some jalapenos, and I'm really looking forward to this.
Where you find cheesesteaks?
So there is a 20. I'm a little embarrassed to say where, but there's a place that's 24 hours, and it might be called Philly's Bar and Grill.
What kind of cheese, that?
What's wrong with Philly's Bar and Grill?
Well, it's just a known ladyboy hangout. I mean, there's 50 ladyboys there around there at all times.
Philly cheesesteak.
Hey, well then you'll see Peter somewhere around in the area getting his dick sucked by a ladyboy.
Well, you know what's funny, Roberto? In the video he did of Angeles City, he actually was walking right by Philly's. I mean, a lot of people walk by Philly's because it's like a main location. But he was actually walking right by Philly's in that video.
Yeah, and you know how...
what kind of cheese do you use?
And you know how he claimed that it was early in the afternoon when it was really early in the morning when everybody's gone, because he's so afraid to walk down the street. Somebody get a recognizes that.
You gotta be. Well, let's think about this, Roberto. I don't necessarily agree with that. Let me tell you why. Early in the morning would be a little sketchy too, because all the drunkards are coming out, right? They're all coming out of Voodoo Bar. So you would have to strategize. I would say the safest time. Ooh, this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. I would say maybe 9 a.m. right? It's not too early. It's not too early because at like 6 or 7, people are still like they're drinking or they're at Kokomo's. You know, yeah, I would say 9. I would say 9 is the money spot. Yeah.
Well, either way, he was afraid to be in that walking down the street. You can tell he's like looking around, looking at his back. You know, like, oh shit.
If you're like filming like that at prime time on Walking Street, yeah, you would probably get. I know I would for sure. I don't even need to be filming. I would get recognized for sure. But PDV would, if he was filming prime time during prime hours on Walking Street filming, he would. I would guess he would get recognized for sure.
Right.
Well,
enough of that, faggot. What else?
Tell me what kind of cheese you're gonna get on that cheesesteak.
Yes, so that's an excellent question, Ed. And unfortunately, it's not like an official cheesesteak because a real cheesesteak has cheese whiz. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
I think they put. I don't know what it is, but if
mozzarella.
I were to guess, I think it's mozzarella.
Cheese.
I think it's mozzarella.
Ah.
But that's not a real cheesesteak, right? Am I correct in saying that, Ed? Yeah, that's not real.
Right, you need whiz.
The real way is cheese whiz, and then they do have these really good peppers that they put on them, and they're not jalapenos. They're like a certain type of pepper. But for me, I'm kind of winging it. It's mozzarella cheese and it's jalapenos. What can I do?
Hey, yeah, right. You're in the Philippines. You got to do things.
Yeah. I'll tell you. What do you guys think about this? And you know, I've said this before. Ever since I've been here, my food standards have gone way down. And you know, I like Filipino.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I know, Roberto, you're coming in. What do you mean by that? What are you trying to say? But hear me out. Hear me out for a second. I really like Filipino food, but Filipino food does generally tend to be kind of like fatty and fried foods, right? Not all, but a lot. Am I correct in saying that, Roberto?
But between you and PV, you have a home. You can buy food at the market, fresh food, vegetables and stuff, and cook at home. You don't need to go in the streets.
Yes, you're absolutely.
PV has to go in the streets because he has no place to go. He sleeps in the dumpster.
Roberto, you are 100% correct.
That's one reason I couldn't live in Angeles.
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
There is I used to be a fast food freak.
And they got a lot over here. I know. It totally eats me alive. I know. But here's the thing, Roberto. It's the little things. And let me tell you. And for me, I'm not complaining because I really do love it here. But these are just, I'm making observations, right? So it's the little things. When I go shopping in the States, like I usually buy like salad stuff. Like I'll buy like a big old thing of lettuce and these like really like juicy tomatoes. And what else will I get? And, I'm a big broccoli eater, so I'll get broccoli and asparagus. These are things that I don't know why I just generally eat in the States. Now here, the vegetables, and it makes sense because what do they grow locally, right? It's not really, they have lettuce and Baguio, but it's these little really sad looking heads of lettuce. And the tomatoes actually, they do have good tomatoes here. I'll give them that. They got good tomatoes. Asparagus and broccoli, fuck no, man. I mean, you're basically paying, you're probably paying, I think, more than Western prices for asparagus and broccoli.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So how many times in a week do you guys cook dinner at home or
not
lunch?
Enough, Roberto? Not really? Enough.
So you mostly out and about?
Yeah, it's a bad habit. I'll be honest with you because I'm busy working a lot, and Lynn works too. So yeah, man, it's a bad habit. So I go out a lot more than I should. And when you go out, you're right, Roberto. If you ate in a lot, you could actually eat pretty healthy food. But because I go out to this shit, it's actually Western establishments. These shit Western establishments, man, I got to do something about my diet, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. So that's it. But actually, what's weird is some people don't like Filipino food. I really like Filipino food, but I think we could all agree that generally, for example, like lechon, that shit is delicious, but unhealthy. There's like it's like fried pork, right?
You get
Well, I mean,
chicken.
it's made natural. It's made healthy.
With
All you have
natural
to do is
ingredients, right?
Yeah, all you have to do is just cut off the skin and eat the meat.
Ooh, but the
because-
skin's so Roberto. The
Yeah,
skin's
that's
the
where
best
the-
part, dude. It's so good, that crispy skin. Yeah, I mean, if it's between eating healthy or eating that crispy skin, I choose skin.
So, what do you prefer? Do you prefer pork or chicken?
No, to be honest, I prefer chicken actually. Yeah, I'm a chicken guy. I eat a lot. I eat a lot of chicken here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'll eat pork.
Yeah, but you're eating
Um,
45-day-old chicken, which is just as bad.
You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, they have really good chicken here. You know all those places that you go and they what do you call it? It's like I guess it's the lechon manok, right? The
Yeah.
chicken on the stick, and that stuff's really good. You want to hear my favorite, guys? My favorite, isaw, the chicken intestines on a stick.
Right.
That shit, I could eat like 50 of those.
I'll tell you what I want to eat when I go to Angeles is some good sisig.
Oh yeah, they're known for absolutely.
I tell you, sisig up here is lousy. It's just it tastes so bland. But if I remember right, in Pampanga, sisig is nice and spicy. Got the right spices in it, and it's good.
If I'm correct, and I think I am, Pampanga is the birthplace of sisig.
It is. They say it is. It's the best.
It is.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's where it started. Matter of fact, it
Mexico-
started back when, back in the World War II.
Yeah.
And
Like you
Vietnam.
go to Cebu. Now Cebu's supposed to be all the
Cebu-
lechon. Cebu's supposed to have the best lechon places.
lechon. Yeah.
But sisig, you got to go to Pampanga. That's the only place you get good sisig.
You know what's funny? I actually hear you could pinpoint the place that started it. Like supposedly you could go to the spot where it was like some woman who she invented it. Like it's
Yes.
still around, I think.
Matter of fact, who
You
was
know
that food critic guy that came out to the Philippines?
Oh, Bourdain.
Yeah, he went out there.
He went.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
where yeah, he's great. You know, he went to a place that I've been to. We call it Goat Road, and they actually have. I think they have goat sisig, and it is really good.
Yes, goat.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
good.
goat. I love goat. You can cook goat anyway. So I'll eat it. Oh. They
Hey,
had goat
Ed.
for Christmas Eve.
Hey Ed, talk to Steve Montelli about goat. See if he likes it.
I seen that. I seen that. Yeah, I seen that when you were at Goat Road.
Oh, it was great, man. I always tease him about that because personally I love goat. I'll eat goat anything. This stuff's great. And he just he took one little bite and you could just see it in his face. He was not a happy camper.
Yeah, I love goat. Well, my girl's father, my father, he cooks what he calls number 5. That's all the goat. That's all the intestines and everything.
Wait, hold up, Ed. Isn't number 5 the penis soup?
It's everything, yeah. The penis and a few
So,
other.
so you can confirm it does have goat penis in it.
Yes, yeah.
How is the goat
everything.
penis? I got to try that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the goat. Any part of the goat is delicious. I tell you, yeah, the goat head
Roberto.
is soup number 5. Yeah.
Hey,
Robert.
Seth.
Yep.
Lynn's job is not top secret, is it? You told
Yeah,
people what she did.
it is actually. People were asking what she did, and she doesn't want to give it away to the public. Yeah.
Okay.
So I said I
Fair
was
enough.
like I
Yeah.
got to respect that, right?
Right.
Yep. So, anyways, Roberto, what's your take on goat penis soup?
I never had it. I'll try it. You know,
Would you? I would try it.
in a
I would
soup,
totally
yeah,
try
I'll
it, dude.
I'm sure
Oh,
Petey
man.
would love it, man. He'd probably take the penis out by itself and just suck on it until it's raw.
That was like a horrible. That was like a horrible picture that I never.
Did you eat the balls of the hog?
Is that the what do they call it? Rocky Mountain oysters?
I don't know what to talk about. That is, those are good. They're very good. Again,
Yeah.
Kev, Kev, what's your
There's
take on?
just something.
What's your take on eating an animal?
That's one of them.
Huh?
I can't eat balut, and I can't eat number 5.
I've eaten balut, but I stay away from it. I've eaten balut, but I don't make it a habit.
Man, I don't get the whole balut craze. You guys are wimps. I mean, balut, I've eaten it a lot of times, and I'll be honest, it's pretty good. If you like eggs, balut, it just tastes like an egg.
You call us wimps, but you won't use the butt hand. So the water, splash the water on your ass, but you don't do that. but call us wimps, but you know, hey, put a sock in it.
Hey, Roberto, important question for you. Are you a TP guy?
Yeah. Matter of fact, when I've been out in the Philippines a few times, I bring my own toilet paper, and then I also bring it when I'm walking around in my backpack.
That's my boy. That's my boy, Roberto. Because Roberto knows what's up.
Yeah, in your backpack, okay, because some places are not going to have water, so that's understandable. But
my brother, living there, full time, he does the opposite, and I don't understand that because I'm Western, and I have toilet paper in my backpack. Do you need to use toilet paper? I said, oh no, don't worry about it. I got it under control.
Yeah, it's not like
fuck.
Yeah, it's not like they don't have it. It's a preference. They prefer the bum gun. That's why I said, Roberto, there's 2 types of people in this world: those who use TP and those who don't. And I obviously chose to be friends with the better brother, the TP guy. Glad I did.
Yeah, that's good.
I go both ways. Either way don't matter to me.
You gone both ways?
Ed's an in-between kind of guy. Ed's in between.
I live in a province.
Ed's a neutral guy. He's very neutral. He's like, I could be friends with both of them. I could be friends with the TP guys. I could be friends with the bum gun guys.
No problem. Is.
And then Kev's...
when I get water, I have to walk outside of the well, and I haven't electrolyzed it. I still have to, drop the bucket down and roll the bucket up to get the water. I'm still like that. Jesus.
Well, Kevin, have you done both? Have you done TP? No, Kevin.
Kevin, have you?
Yeah, we're asking you a question.
Robert, I didn't hear. I was getting stepped on.
Oh, have you done both? TP and
Yeah. That's Joshi likes it when I use the bun gun because no bacon strips and easier to clean my shorts. But
I was about to say, Kev, I think, is in his own category. He doesn't use either. He doesn't use TP or the bum gun. He just lets it be.
Well, sometimes you got to hit and miss. It happens to everybody.
Oh, man. Gypsy Walk says, my wife was shocked with the no TP thing. That is a game changer. I disagree, Gypsy. It is not a game changer. It is not the way to roll, my friend. If you want to be on that side of the fence, take that side, but that's not the side to be on.
Be neutral. Either way.
That's great. I'm telling you, this is a very complex conversation that we're having. Very complex. So, hey, Kev, where's Jerry Kadanian? I saw him in the room earlier.
I threw him a link, but he has to go to work. Today's a working day, day after Christmas, so everybody has to go back to work.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Work. That's a four-letter word.
Yeah, exactly. I think what happened is he saw John Doe in the room, and he's like, "Oh, I see where this is going."
Wow.
Did you get rid of John Doe? Cab, did you get rid of John Doe?
I don't know. People tired.
There he is.
There, he's there.
He comes.
He wants a link.
He's asking me for the link. You know what? I betrayed Kev the other day, and I sent Aloe Winter a link, and I was like, oh, I felt bad. I was like, all right, Kev, it's your show. Okay, I created this fucking show, but it's your show. Okay, and I'm not going to send out links.
It won't work.
Go ahead, throw him a link. It doesn't work though.
Kev all switched at the links. Yeah. What's up? No, I'm not going to send. It is your show, Kev. You know, you link who you want to link.
You want to listen to what everything happens and all this shit? Go ahead.
Well, here's the question. Here's my question, Kev. When Jerry Kadanian is not on your show and John Doe is, who then does he come after? Because he doesn't want to come after me because him and I have such a long history. Like, it's boring, right? Does he come after Roberto?
No. He knows better. He wants to go after people that he thinks he knows everything, so he wants to rebuttal everybody.
How about Richard? Why does anyone attack Richard?
Yeah, everybody attacked me. Go ahead.
Richard's like too nice a guy. Like, it's like no one wants to attack him because he's like so chill.
Yeah, what? Nothing fucking bothers me. I'm an old motherfucker. I don't care.
Yeah, you're just like, whatever. Yeah, you're so chill, man. It's like you're just like, yeah, whatever. That was pretty cool when your wife was on the show yesterday, Richard. She was cracking some jokes. I like that.
Oh, my wife is really cool. She likes to pretend like she's a badass, you know, but she's a cool woman. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we've seen her before because I remember you used to put on your camera, and I remember you were like in you were in the kitchen.
My Mac in the kitchen, yeah. But she told me to remove, so I'm on my little laptop upstairs. Yeah, she told me to get the hell out of the kitchen.
Richard, I have a question for you. Does your wife iron your clothes and your boxers and your t-shirts?
No, she doesn't. Roberto, she doesn't even use the dryer. She is so cost concerned. She hangs everything in our basement and lets it air dry.
That's the way to roll. That's the way to roll, guys. Dryers ruin your clothes. So I think hang drying is the way to
go. She's just cheap, man. I'm telling you. It's the way she was raised. You know what I mean? She don't like to spend money. She calculates how much a kilowatt hour is. She goes, no. She goes, don't use the dryer at this time. Don't wash early in the morning. That's peak hours. And oh my God, she's a mathematician.
Man, her and my girl get along real great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My wife get along good. Same way.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, exactly.
Well, the reason I'm asking, I iron everything. I iron my shirts. I iron my boxers, my t-shirts.
My mama used it. My mama used
Do you iron your socks?
No, I haven't got to that point yet.
How about your handkerchiefs?
I like stuff ironed.
I do my handkerchiefs.
Wait, Roberto.
My ties.
Roberto, hold up. Can you explain to me what the benefit of ironing your boxers is?
Yeah, really.
Well, when I was in the Coast Guard, in between paydays, we can't afford to take our uniform to the cleaners. We do it ourselves, so we also iron our boxers.
Oh, so you iron them as a drying method?
No. Just iron them just to have them nice and neat. Because when you fold it, when you iron your clothes and you put it in the in your closet, it has to be nice and neat. So when you get inspected in the morning, the OOD of the day would go in and inspect your clothes and then make sure.
Okay, so it's more of a military thing because I get why you would iron your pants or your shirts.
But that actually I carried that on to my civilian life because that's something I'm used to. Just iron my boxers.
Well, I thought you did for a short arm inspection.
No. Hurry up and get on before I change my mind.
Who's getting on?
Who's getting on?
I told my daughter hurry up and get on before I change my mind.
I think we all learned something new today. A fun fact of the day: Roberto walks around with these like really nicely ironed boxers.
Why not?
Roberto,
Hey, I'm not like PV, I don't walk around with dirty underwears and black socks and and t-shirts that
Roberto, do
smells
you
for
starch them?
days. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah.
sir. Was
Do
that
you
sir?
starch them?
Yeah, when I take them to the cleaners, I do.
Hey, Roberto, tell us the story behind this picture right here. This looks like kind of like a fancy moment between you and the wife. What's going on there?
I guess John Doe doesn't want to go now.
Yeah.
Hey, don't bellyache and cry about coming on the show. Now you want to come on.
John Doe does. He wants somebody to attack. That's why there's nobody worth attacking now.
Come on, John Doe, get on. You can always rebut our.
I sent him a link. Now,
let's ask him what he preferred: toilet paper or his hands.
The bomb gun.
Yeah, that's a question for John Doe.
I want Johnny D to come on. I'm telling him, come on the show. Come on, John.
He's going to get off pretty soon, so he better make up his mind real fast.
Yeah, spice up the show a bit. Us five guys, we're simple people, right? We don't have much to talk about. John Doe will spice things up.
I am relaxed, buddy. If I wasn't relaxed, you'd be off. So you're the one to calm down.
You were asking, Seth. We were at a friend's wedding.
Oh,
and
okay.
Afterwards, we went to a bar.
Yeah, that looks like it's like a nice. That looks like a swanky bar. That's exactly what it looks like. Like you're at some swanky.
They had pool tables and dance area and stuff like that. And
how long ago was that picture?
About a year. Not even a year. About a year.
So fairly recent. Yeah, Roberto's a smart man because he's actually documented his life with all these pictures. Like I never did that. And now I missed out on all this cool shit.
You know what? Yeah. That's a good point. Let's be a good topic for a freaking. A lot of people on not YouTube, but Facebook uses their Facebook to put,
photo
the word of the day or pictures of a unicorn.
Pictures of like a cat riding a unicycle.
Exactly. And it's supposed to be to document your timeline, your lifeline.
Yeah.
Well, what's cool, Roberto, is like, were you aware of what you were doing? Because you have a whole lot of pictures, and I think it's really cool that you have all these pictures of like you back in the day, like in the Philippines, you were in the Navy, right?
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard, yeah. You have all these pictures.
I love the Navy too. My dad was in the Navy, retired Navy.
That's right. And I think that's really cool because now you're like in your 50s and you're like, yeah, you got all these like memories and you can share them. But a lot of people like they forget to do that, and then they like go 50 years of life and they got nothing. They don't. They got their memories, but they can't share it. So when I see your like old school pictures, I really like those.
The memory's gonna go away. And nobody's going to remember them because they got no damn pictures.
That's true. And eventually you start getting all senile like Kev, and you don't even remember them yourself.
That's right. That's why I got pictures to remind me where I used to be.
Yeah, Kev, you actually take a lot of pictures too. You have a lot of older pictures.
I love photography, though.
I do, but I can't find them.
I'm getting into motion pictures. So yeah, it's pretty nice.
I had this driver's license. It was the first driver's license I ever got, right? I was like just 16 years old, maybe even 15, I don't know. And I'm so pissed because I saved it and it got lost. I don't know what happened. But basically, I had this gigantic afro, and it was so big that it was actually going out of the frame of the license. That's how big it was. And man, I mean, that would have been priceless. Like imagine when I'm like in my 60s, I'm like, check this out. Yeah, would have been priceless. I lost it though. Maybe the DMV can dig up the picture. Who knows?
Well, what about Lynn? Since she's lived in the Philippines all her life.
Oh, she has no pictures. It's funny you brought that up, Roberto. Lynn has, because she grew up in the province in Leyte,
right?
And she has zero documentation of basically her from the time she was born to 18 years old. There are zero pictures. And it's really sad because I really want to see a picture of her like as like a little kid, because I bet she had this like really large head and a small body, and there's nothing. It doesn't exist. So yeah. I mean, the pictures. Yeah, don't take them for granted, guys. Take plenty of pictures.
Well, the thing was,
I think the next time I go back to the States, I'd like to take a picture of all my pictures and put them in Facebook or something. Put them on the computer.
well, that's
Yeah,
what
you know
I
what?
did. That's what I did.
Once they're on Facebook, they're in the cloud, so it almost kind of is like a tool to save them. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have tons of pictures from the Air Force that I have at home. They're all in a big suitcase of pictures I have. From Vietnam and all over. Got a lot of pictures.
Oh, I would like to see those. Yeah, you got. When do you plan to go back to the States, Ed?
Not for 2 more years. I'm gonna I'm gonna take the whole 36 months, and then I'm gonna go back for a month.
Okay, are you
36 months on a visa?
What visa are you on? Are you on that? Because I know military guys.
So I'm on a tourist visa right now.
Oh, okay, but I think because you're of a certain age and you're ex-military.
Yeah, when I
think
come
you
back.
can get.
Yeah, what I'm
Okay.
going to do, I'm going to just keep the tourist visa for the 36 months, and then when I come back, I'm going to go ahead and get the resident visa, that military visa.
Yeah, because you guys get an extremely discounted rate.
Yeah. It's either that or I'll be married by then. I can get the 13A, but I think that military visa is better than the 13A.
What are you laughing at, Rick? Are you laughing at the Stewie comment?
Yeah, my kids watch that. Yeah, did watch that.
Totally. That's. I
so
said
fucking
precisely. Yeah, precisely. It's probably exactly what she looked like.
nasty little critter.
Do you have a 13A, Seth?
No, I'm on a Balik Bayan, which is basically
Bayan,
a year.
Balik
Yeah, it's a year visa.
Do you have to check in the first day between January and March? You have to check in with immigration with your ACR?
Nope. I basically have a year from the moment I arrived. I get a year free entry, which is great. But what I have to do after a year is I have to exit the country and come back with my wife if I want to get it again. So it would be good to do a 13A, but I'm not married in the Philippines. You gotta have it registered in the Philippines. So yeah, I would have to do work I would actually have to do work if I were to do that. So yeah, right now I'm just Balik Bayan.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. It's either I'm getting married in May, but I'm thinking about just getting that the military visa because that sounds better than 13A does. The way I read it.
Are you gonna get married in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I know a lot of guys. They get married here in the Philippines, and they're happily married. And then there's a lot of guys who get married here in the Philippines, and they are regretting that.
I'll tell you what. I found out I was already married. I'm divorced from a Filipino. She was great when she was here. Just don't take them to. I found out don't take them to the States. If you're married, keep them here. It's great.
Yep. I agree with you 100%. And but here's the thing: do you regret anything? Probably not. I mean, I did the same thing, and I don't regret anything. I learned a lot from doing it, and basically, I did all this work and spent all this money to get Lynn over to the States, and then we just ended up coming back here. So it was like, I don't know, it was kind of like it was a learning.
But when I was
experience.
married, it was no problem getting to the States because I was still in the military, so it was really easy.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of benefits. I know with the military, you could be overseas and still apply for her to come to the States.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's really easy. You don't have to worry about that junk. Why am I getting married? Let's ask him why he's getting married. Because I love the girl. I want to get married again. I need to settle down.
John, wait, Ed, have you ever talked to John Doe? Because
no,
okay. Because if there's anyone who is, exactly, Richard. If there's anyone who is anti-marriage, John Doe is your guy. But it's always good. It's always good to have kind of that opposing view, to check you. Because some guys, like, they rush into it and they don't know what they're doing, and so it is kind of good that John Doe asks these questions. I mean, I think it's legit.
Oh yeah, it's legit.
Well, let me ask you this: at your age, and you want to get married, because I'm going to play double advocate. I mean, I'm be John Doe for a minute, but are you doing it because, like you said, you love her, you want to get married again, or are you doing it because at your age, of course, you're going to pass away before her to get her the benefits of your
basically.
Okay.
Let her have, because I have a little baby with her already.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, basically just so if I go, at least she'll be settled. At least she'll be all right.
Yeah, and she can get your Social Security. But the thing is, in order for her to get your Social Security, she has to be married to you for 10 years.
Well, I hope to be around for at least 20 more. I want to be around for at least 20. I don't want to go that quick. No, come on.
Hey, you'll be around. You'll be around. Roberto's like, fat chance, buddy.
Let me check those.
But if even though the baby, I still have the kid, and that'll he'll get it as he grows older.
All right.
What's that, Kev?
Kev was going to cut us off.
Kev had enough.
Yep.
It's that magical time.
Well, you know what? I'm going to agree with you, Kev, because I want my damn cheesesteak, you know? So I got to get out of here anyways, okay, Kev? It's not even, you know, I'm going to leave anyways.
Well, enjoy, Seth. Talk to you later. Richard.
Yeah,
enjoy the cheesesteak.
Kevin.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
Always a pleasure, fellas. Thanks to everyone listening to our garbage in the room. And close it out, Kev.
Well, you guys, thanks for coming by. Again, Merry Christmas. Christmas after. So, yeah, New Year's turn around. Just get ready a couple of days ahead. Don't try to outdo the next guy with the fireworks. Be safe. Don't smoke around them. And be sober when you light them off. Always have a good time. Richard, thanks for coming by. Roberto, Peter, Ed, and Seth, also, thanks for coming. I'll talk to you guys on another day. Always be safe. Good night. Good afternoon and good morning. All right, you guys, I'm out.
Take care, Kev. Thanks a lot, guys.
We'll see you guys. See you, Ed. See you, Seth. See you, Randall, Tom, Gypsy, Mr. Tux, John Doe.
All right, you guys. Hey, thanks, Seth.
Later, guys.
Bye, buddy.